We a dance to the rhythm and the groove. Move, move. Alright, I make me tell you listen. Move, move. We a dance to the rhythm and the groove. Move, move. Watch them massive and groove, them a move. So we chop it, so we do it. This a rhythm that lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. Alright, so we chop it, so we do it. Lock down we a lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big tune. So we do it. This a rhythm that lock down the street. So we chop it. So we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. Alright, so we chop it. So we do it. Land down and we a lock down the street. So we chop it. So we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big tune.
What is going on, folks? The rain is shedding off the windscreen, and that is never a good sign. Welcome aboard the Flight Sim Broadcasting Network. My name is Jason, and we are in for a treat today. Well, I guess you are, not me. The weather is nasty here in the Northeast. It is blowing 43 knots to about 50 with gusts, so ugly. And we're going to get into why that is in just a minute. If you're just joining us, welcome aboard. I know it's a weird Monday during the day. That's not normal for us, and it won't be normal for us for the next 2 weeks. We'll be kind of just filming and streaming whenever. And that's what we got. We got a turn today. We're going to go from Boston to Bedford, Massachusetts, which is just about 14 nautical miles north of here. That's right, 14 miles. The team took a bus. After the Boston game, they went to Bedford for a team building exercise. A lot of NHL teams do that, and the Rangers spend their time in Bedford pretty much. They did it last year as well, same spot. So depends on the team. Metro Division Field, Rangers, Islanders, and Boston. Don't know what. Yep. So I watched the Boston game, the Rangers-Boston game. It was great. The Rangers actually played defense. The only thing I didn't like is they didn't hit, and they weren't very physical. So we need a bruiser, especially when Pastrnak took a run out of Lindgren 3 or 4 times. And I'm sorry, but Old school hockey, you got a target on your back. Every time you're on the shift, you're going to eat the ice. That's the plan. So they are missing or lacking that piece in their game. So, but it was good to see the Rangers actually show up for once and play a good defensive game. I'm glad they did. It wasn't a very high scoring game, but it shouldn't have been anyway, right? Because it just shouldn't have been. So we're out of here light. Let's go ahead and take a look at the weather and see what the heck's going on with our weather pattern. It is absolutely nasty out there, and we'll show you what's going on. It's ugly, folks. It's just ugly. We're going to go ahead and check this out. Let's look at the, I'll pull up the actual aviation weather.gov site so we can have a kind of peek at what is going on with everything. So we've got red. Red is no good. This is what we're looking at right now. Very high, low pressure system generating. Look at all this crap up here. We're right in the middle of it. We got another wave to deal with coming up. But you could see this is just ugly. We've got this storm coming right up to Boston. This is going to nail us here within the next 30 or 40 minutes. Over to Boston. We'll have to see what kind of delays we're going to be taking, but it is ugly. Let's take a look at what's going on here on the prog charts, and we can have a look at this. This is a squall line. You've got this right here too. So you've got an occluded front, okay, and then you've got this nice low pressure here and a stationary front here. So this is kind of a perfect storm kind of thing. You have two low pressures, 982 on the millibars. That is low, right? So you've got this counterclockwise rotation, all this moisture coming up, and you've got this fast-moving, it's a pretty fast-moving cold front. And actually, this is stationary now. But now it goes occluded, which means that the cold is taking over. There he goes. And that's what's going to look at in the next 12-plus hours or so. So it's ugly. And we've got a lot of wind coming in from 150s to the south, blowing this way. So I do not know how this is going to look. Let's see what... right now, the MD-80 can do it. I mean, we don't have a direct, our 35 knot crosswind is our limitation. But that's 90 degrees. So we're not even close to that, which is good. But still... it's ugly. Let's take a look at, I want to take a look at the, I'm trying to figure out where that is. It's not there. Traffic flow. These are our boards, right? So you're looking at nothing there, but I want to see the actual FAA. So if we go to tools and we go down to decision support imagery, I think they've changed a whole bunch of things here. It's not there. Where is it? Okay, you've got observations. Everybody's checking in. Isles lost in the shootout. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was a good game with Boston, that's for sure, Pops. Denali ACARS is causing so many issues right now. So many CDTs with flights ending, whether I end it or not. Yeah, make sure, Joseph, make sure you update your ACARS. Please. Make sure that's updated. Make sure you did a you do a scenery adjust too. Like if you go to your settings, there's going to be, I don't want to do mine, but if you go to the settings, you'll see scenery. Make sure you resync your scenery and make sure that thing's updated. We'll check it out. I'll look at the forums later and see if anybody else is having issues. I'm sure they are. We'll go from there. All right, this is getting very close. Yeah, so we're talking about turbulence here. Let's take a look at one other thing I wanted to look at. And I forgot where it was. So if I go to forecast discussions and click on this, this is not it though, but moderate to heavy rain, strong winds, and low level wind shear. Expect all of it. Ceilings and trend, IFR. Overnight into early Monday as rain moves northward, visibility is rain throughout. 10Z should be about 3 to 6 miles. Intervals of mist, rain ramps, steady, moderate, heavy intensity. It's ugly. Southeast winds continue to increase. Peak gusts 30 for 45 knots in the interior, 50 knots by Providence. Ooh, man. It's ugly, right? All right, I don't want to spend too much time on the ground here. I want to get going, but I want to just take a look at one thing here. Stand by. Just a minute. That's 5x5. Help me.
5x5, thank you.
Right. Let's go with. I forgot where they put it. So I'm going to do it. Shoot. I'm going to do a search. Here it is. They did have a link to this, but I wanted you to see. See this? Boston's on a ground stop, so not going anywhere. We got a ground delay, folks. That looks like to 11 Mountain Standard, which is going to be 15 minutes or so. We'll see how we go. We'll check this up again, but right now we're on a ground stop. Right now they're delayed 105 minutes due to wind. So we're on a ground hold. Nothing is coming out of Boston. Departures to Boston are grounded due to wind. Possibility extensions about 60%. Ground delay here now, 105 minutes due to wind. All continuous U.S. departure flights include this. Delay trend is nasty. Scope is pretty good. 2-2 left, currently arriving. They're departing 2-2 right. I didn't think they were departing 2-2 right. Their METAR or their ATIS in real world did not say that. So let's take a look at this. We go to ATIS real 51 minutes ago. Yeah, now they're departing 2-2 right. That is just changed probably. 1.25 mile visibility, missed. Anyway, let's get the airplane ready to go. This is our scope. You can see right there, ZWB. And this is right from the FAA, if you're wondering what this is. Delay trend. Okay, so we are delayed a little bit. Anyway, we'll get the airplane programmed, get it ready to go. And there's a ground hold going to Boston right now, but there's a delay. Anyway, let's get it programmed, ready to go, and we'll take 2-2 left. On the overhead, just one thing on the fuel. Take a peek there. You can see our gas, 11.4. We're going to need today 10.6. We have enough fuel, just enough to get to Bedford and back to Boston if we needed it. I'm thinking we should add a bit more to get to JFK. So I'm thinking we might need to revise our plan. Does that make sense? Look at the pressure, 29010. You want to talk about nasty. That's nasty right there, folks. All right, fuel right now is 59.50, and I might have a chat with the our dispatcher and say, hey, can we change our alternate? We have an alternate to Boston, but I don't want to tangle with those kind of winds. I'd rather just bug out and go to JFK. You know, pretty much guaranteed to get in there. So we'll have to see. It's 11.4 right now, so I don't know. Bedford's not looking too bad. Bedford, it's nothing like this. Bedford right now reporting. It's still gusty. 17015 gusting 30, 2 miles visibility. Oh man.
Traffic, JetBlue 540, taxi on 22 right via Alpha November.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boston.
I'm really considering revising our flight plan and going with a little more gas. We don't have any buddy on the aircraft. It's going to be a light airplane. It's feathered. I mean, it's feathered. It's yeah, I'm going to do that, folks. I think let's just
JetBlue 540 taxi RTC right view Bravo November, Boston traffic.
we're going to just see if we can't sneak in. I'm going to take a look at I'd call the dispatcher right now. I said I really don't like Boston as an alternate just because of the winds. The winds are up, so let's see what JFK is doing. And then we'll go from there. Somewhere in New York, maybe we can get somewhere closer to New York and not have those winds. So we filed, Boston, but let's take a look at JFK. I'm going to look at that right now, just on the weather here. As we're talking, it's nasty too. Good night. Okay, no METAR. What are you talking about? Oh, that's why. Garbage in, garbage out, right? Okay, JFK is reporting 310 at 17, gusting 28, 2.5 miles visibility, 29 knots, 24, 20 in the 20s. Everything is going to be in the 20s, 3 miles in light rain. Man, I don't know if we even want to just bug out and let's plan Syracuse or something like that, maybe Albany. Let's see what Albany's doing. Probably going to be all in the same boat. We might have to go way up. I don't want to go too far, though. Albany reporting right now. Light rain, broken at 2, gusting 24. What about Buffalo? Whew. This is a nasty system. Buffalo is reporting 216 at 12, 260 at 12 knots. Visibility's 10. That's better. Broken 25. Overcast at 55. And we got to take a lot more fuel to get there, but that'll be a pretty good alternate if we needed to. What about Portland? Portland, Maine. That's one of our bases, or not one of our bases, but one of our our stations, if you will. We have like services there if we needed to. 2.5 miles, mist, overcast at 700. That's not going to cut the mustard either. Gusting 45 knots. Looks like the higher you go, the worse it gets. Oh, man. I do not like this. Jeez. Yeah, JFK 17 knots. Son says I'd say if you look, you get, you might as well wait. I'd say if it looks like you can't get in, you might as well delay the flight. Yeah. Yeah, well, we have to pick up the team. That's the thing. We have to. They have to fly to Toronto today. We'll get there. It's just a matter of which alternate are we going to pick, folks. We've got some choices here. And if we look at the weather here and look at the radar, you can see it is ugly. Okay, I mean, we're talking the whole Northeast is caked. You know, Buffalo is hammered. What about, I hate to go to Cleveland. Pittsburgh is going to be nailed too. Baltimore might be a good option if we had to. But that's going to be a ton of money because we're going to have to upload the fuel. All right, let's see. I mean, we have the weight. The weight is not the issue. It really, and I mean, you don't. And when you file an alternate, this is what you want. You want nice weather, because if we don't get into Bedford, we can bug out, go to Baltimore, and we'll be fine. So I think Baltimore is a good second option for us. I think we that's VFR, all that crap weather's to the south of it. I mean, to the north of it. So it's already passed. Maybe we just do that. We'll schedule Baltimore. We'll refile this thing, and that's what we'll do. Sean says, Cleveland, stop by, pick me up.
Boston traffic, JetBlue 540 crossing runway 15 right.
Islip is probably going to be no better. I'm sure they're right in the middle of this thunderstorm, so I doubt I think they're going to be nasty. Let's just see what Islip is doing. Islip right now is reporting 200 degrees. 160 at 8 right now. 3/4 mile visibility and middle visibility garbage. And it's forecasted to go up, but get windy, right? As it goes, the millibars get closer and the isobars, and then you've got a problem, as you've got this low pressure. Right now, gusting 20, gusting 28. Islip's no better. Newark is probably still in the middle of this crap. I think the best alternate is going to be Baltimore, to tell you the truth. BWI sounds like a good alternate for us. It's in the clear. It's beautiful. Look at the forecast. It's going to be nice. It's gusty. Okay, I mean, it's still windy, right? 290-22, gusting 31.
Runway 158.
It's fine. It's fine there, but, you know, we can handle 30 knots. That's fine. But we don't want 30 knots plus crappy visibility, plus, you know, we don't want all those things. So if 30 knots, that's just a normal day in the office, right? So that's fine. It's a little on the windy side, but that's okay. We can get in there. What the problem is when we have a low visibility plus the winds, that makes it a little harder. Bedford, you can see the report right now at Bedford, 2 miles. You see what I mean? The visibility is garbage. I mean, it's not bad, but it's 2 miles visibility with wind at 39 knots. So that's what's forecasted to get to today. 160-25, gusting 39. It's going to be a nice ride up there. We are going to be bouncing and bucking and everything else. So, is anything on this side of Cleveland's all the way over here? It's a little too much gas. Albany, did we say what Albany was? And I'm just, if you're wondering what is he doing, I'm just trying to get, I'm not trying to get all that fuel loaded. What are we reporting here? Temporarily, 3 miles visibility.
40, departing runway 22 right.
Light rain.
7 departure, departing to the west, Boston.
260-12, gusting 28. That's not too bad. Well, we would have to have 2 alternates here. If we did this, we'd have to pick another alternate. Just because the miles, I mean, we have it to book. But, man, it's one of those. Do we want, either way we go, then we're going to get the winds. It doesn't matter. It's just because it's a low pressure system. You're never going to get out of the winds, but the visibility is better down in Baltimore, but I think Albany might be a better choice. It's closer, so if we had to, you know, break off and just go right to Albany and wait. Let's just plan Albany. How's that? Everything else stays the same. I am going to put weather at 20 minutes just for holding if we needed to. Let's go ahead and generate the flight and see what we get. How's Philly? Probably the same thing. That's all right. We'll shoot for Albany, folks. I think that's going to be a, you know, that'll be a fine choice for us. Let's go ahead and take a look at the data. All right, we're going to change our fuel now. The 12.8 on the gas. I'll go ahead and bump this up into our flight plan. Close that. And 12.8 on the fuel. I think this is Albany is probably a fine alternate. we might not even need it, but it's good to know, just to have it in our back pocket. So let's go ahead and do that now. We're going to go ahead and import the OFP. Come down here. We're doing Boston to Bedford. 10:56, which is right now. I'll double click that. And that is not correct fuel load. So we're going to load the fuel. What do we say? 12.8. Gotta be careful with this thing. Sometimes it doesn't load it correctly. So we're going to do what? 6.4 on each tank, give or take. 6,400 pounds on each tank. Okay, now we're gonna, this is all wrong too. And then we're gonna put 81, 68 in the front, nothing in the back. That's just cargo. We're loading up all this cargo. 17.7 now is much better. and this is kind of what this is the paperwork we're going to work off of. So 17.7 on the trim. That was easy. All right, and we are not going to do any cell temps or anything like that. Let's go ahead and get the airplane ready to go. Showing you this. Why can't I connect?
Boston traffic, JetBlue 540, clear runway 22 right, Boston.
Get rid of that. Open this up. I think we'll be ready to go here, folks. I just got to open my one thing. Average delay in Boston, 104 for 34 minutes due to the wind. Yeah, I'm sure. We won't take that kind of delay. We're just going to get out of here. That's just probably because of traffic and all that crap. If I could see it, it would be great. That is not what I needed. I'm looking for, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and program this thing, and we'll do this the right way. All right, so we're going to go here. We're going to go reference airport, Boston, BOS, Boston right there. There's our reference. We'll go ahead and plug that here. I don't think it's going to show gate 20. They towed the aircraft over on this side, by the way. We are going from Boston, 14 miles away. We're going to get everything ready to go before we even push out. I don't know why I did that. We didn't need to. 22 right is going to be the runway of choice out of here. We're not even doing a departure. It's just going to be one waypoint and we're done. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bedford. The winds right now. Bedford is a short runway, 7,000 feet. Let's see what runway they're using. Weather right now is 17015. We have 23. We have 11. We have 29. I don't like that. 23 is probably better. 5,100 feet. Oh. This could be an interesting run, guys. Runway 29er, 230. Would we say the winds were 170? I'll say 110. That's 80 off the nose. It's 60 or 80 degrees off the nose. If we take runway 23, it's going to be 5,100 feet. And I'll show you all that in a minute. But with the rain, oh man, I don't know. We need the pavement. Right now it's 16013. We got to go. Because this is just going to get worse. We got to go take runway 29. We'll take a 13 knot crosswind. It's better than going to be 50. We just got to get the heck out of here right now, folks. I'm not messing around. Let's go now. Let's call the fuel truck up. And I'm going to be putting in all that gas for sure. So I'm going to click start boarding. We're only going to load one passenger. It's not like and we only did that because of the, okay, we've got to change this. We're going to go 8168. Now I am racing against the clock right now because this crap is coming up. It's just going to get worse for us. So we got to go now. Zero fuel weight. I've set that 91.7. That's in there. Performance coming in Boston. We're going to do Bedford as well, by the way. So Boston is not dry. Let's see what we've got for Boston airports, Boston weather. What do we've got here on the ATIS? Give me a braking action. What do we got for braking action here? 555. That means it's good. So the conditions are good. Wind right now at Boston is 17023. 170 slant 23, just to get worse. And it is approximately 15 degrees outside. We are taking, not 15 degrees. We are taking 2 right. Flap is optimum today, and we are coming out with 29er11. By the way, thanks for everybody who's checking in on the chat. Christopher's good to see you. Sean's in the house. Pops is there. Joseph, I'm sorry you're having all these problems, my man. I think that's what we got. Anybody else? Sean Cobb checking in as well. All right. Pack's going to be on. Takeoff weight's going to be a little higher this time because of the fuel. So we have our takeoff weight at, I got to load another one in. Hang on. This is going to be quick. Once I'm done with this crap, we're going to go right away. Takeoff weight's going to be pushing 103.6. That's our takeoff weight. So 103,600. Oops, 1036. Click calculate. It'll pull everything up. We are not doing a cell temp. It's going to be straight up, full on. That is not correct.
Traffic Delta 8321 is on eastern to the left, downwind east of the field, Boston traffic to the
okay,
left.
Flaps 12. Runway is going to be 22 right. Cell temp not applicable. We're not going to use it. 118 over 123 over 132. Okay, and our fuel load, we need to put in 12.8 on the gas. So let's go and do that right now. We are almost there. We have 11.4, so we don't have to put too much fuel in, which is nice. So we'll click this, go over to ground, dump the fuel in. Let's go. Let's get it pumped up, and we are out of here, folks. I mean, that's going to be really it. Let's go to Bedford right now. This way I don't have to do it. Click performance, go to landing. Landing data right there. Come on, GSX, stop screwing around here. There we go. Kilo BED, Bedford. It is good. Winds in New, I thought it was New Bedford. It's not. It's Bedford, so it's just to the north. METAR is reporting right now 160.13. See how it's going up? I told you it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Maybe it was 13 before, but I know it's going to get worse as time goes, as that storm comes up. Runway 5, I don't think so. Runway 23 is going to be the best runway. We have 11 knot crosswind. That's not bad. I'll take runway... I can't take 29. It's got a 5 knot tailwind.
Traffic Delta 8321 turning base from 2 to the left at Boston traffic.
Runway 11 will probably give us the best chance with the wind. We're going to go flaps there. Pressure is 2908. Yes, landing weight. Landing weight 1,000. Landing weight estimating 102. Click. See, I'm doing this right now. See this? Factored landing distance right now is 45.32. We've got that. We're going to do, that's manual. So we got to be careful because we're going to go auto brake max. Okay, and then calculate. It's going to be a little higher. Yep, 80, that's going to be 48.13. Runway is going to be 11. Auto brake is maximum. Landing distance available, 7,100 feet. Now that is, if you're wondering, I'm doing this now so I don't have to do it in the air. This is going to be such a fast flight, folks. We're going to keep the flaps in. That's how fast this thing is going to be. No joke. 123, we are out of here. Okay, I got what I needed. Let's go. Coming down here, look at the gauges. 63, 63 straight up, and write those numbers down here. 6,300. Getting all my paperwork done. That gives us 12,750, I guess. That's good though. 12,750. All right, folks, let's do our...
Delta 18 southwest, Iowa to the left, 16 miles at Boston.
Everybody's landing Boston.
I got you in the TCAS. I will follow you. I'm going to runway 2 left as well.
Roger, receiving TCAS, so plus 1,000 feet.
Okay, coming up on the overhead. That looks good. Coming straight down the line here. Galley is on. Those are good. Star pumps off. Emer's armed. Seatbelts coming on. Doesn't matter. Nobody's here. That's on that side. Throw that on. Windshield and anti-ice on. Fuel pumps, I'm going to throw them on. Actually, I'm going to check one thing on the right side. Go right. See how that... I just opened the crossfeed. I'll close the crossfeed. There's the inlet on. Okay, so that's coming on. That's coming on. That's coming on. Good on that. Those are off. Battery's good. Here comes the APU. Let's go ahead and start the APU right now while we're at it. Cleared. Checked. Checked. Test. Test the anti-skid. Anti-skid's looking good. Straight across. That's good. That's what we want. Stall. You would actually look at the lights. Make sure the lights are good. Yeah, they are. All right, here we go. That's good. That's good. That's good. Supplies are off. Coming in. APUs is getting lit. Back to run. Straight across here. Lights are good. We'll go ahead and lock the door, and we are off to the races, folks. Ready to go here.
Boston traffic. Third wing 1220, pushing back gate Bravo 37. Boston.
Okay, 132 on the mark here. Altitude, we're going to climb to 3,000. I'll climb to about 4 today. We'll hold that. Flight director's on both sides. That's good to go. We are going to go takeoff straight up. No takeoff flex today. That is off. Once we depart out of Boston, folks, it's a pretty much straight climb. I'm taking a look at the SIDS. We're not doing any of these SIDS just because it's crazy. They have us all going south, but we're going to go on 2-2, so
210 knots, 90 meters to
2-2 right, we're going, so 2-2 right, we're going to blast off at a 2-2 right, and let's see what kind of SIDS they give us at 2-2 right. They're going to send us the other way. I do not want to do that. So I'm trying to look to see if we can't get a, there we go, we're going to fly the Wiley 5 departures, basically straight out on this runway. I don't know if I can. On this run, that's only runway 27, so bummer. We're going to just depart straight to the south, turn up to the north, and then go. I mean, it's right there, folks. It's so close. And then I'm going to get Bedford queued up right now on the approach, runway 11. We're going to go ahead and light it up right now. I mean, to tell you how close it is, it's on, like, our little airport. I'll have to show you. We're just going to fly there manually. Going to go direct to Zelkla. So let me show you what we're going to do here. I know what the route says, so this is what you have to do with these kind of flights. It says direct to Jimmy. We're going to skip that and go Zelka. We're going to go Jimmy and then ZE. You know what? I'm going to clear this and go here. Arrival. If you don't do this now, you are going to be in a world of hurt. Let me take a look at this really quick on the star. There's a star called Zelka 2. Nope, I don't even want to go near that. So runway 29, we're going to go ILS runway 11, Zelka transition. We're going to click route and we're going to click activate. And what that's going to do is you could say we're going to Jimmy. Oops. We'll go route, legs. We're going to go Jimmy, hook up Zelka, and then we're done. So at 1,900 feet, that's where we're going to climb. We're going to cruise. Today, our cruise altitude, I got to put that in here. Okay, our zero fuel weight right now is... We're almost ready, folks. Sorry, we're almost there. Zero fuel weight is 91.7. 91.7. The reason why we're doing this is we got to do this the right way. We can't just blast off without programming anything in. We've got to get this correct, done the right way. This is the way we would do it. 10.0/alpha. It's auto. Reserves are 5. We're going to cruise at flight altitude about 4,000 feet. That's all we're doing. This is 14 miles away. Even 4,000 I think is a little too dang high. All right, 4,000 feet there. Invalid entry. Okay, whatever. What do we want? 3,500? Would it give us that? Invalid entry. Well, what do you want then? Airplane? It doesn't really matter. Pretty much we're going to be manual is what I'm saying. It's probably saying that's too dang high. You need to go at like 1900 or something stupid, right? I'm not going to fly it like that, but let's see what it says. Invalid. Whatever. Okay. I'm going to leave everything else blank because we don't really need that. We've already got our numbers. I've got 118, 123. It's so close, folks, it doesn't matter. 118, 123,
Boston traffic, transmitting very short final
132.
to
Let's go.
Boston.
All right, we're going to cruise 4,000. Probably not. I'm probably actually going to go down to about 2,000 feet. The MSA right now, 2,500, so let's cruise at 3. We'll hold that.
Left, Boston.
Nasty stuff right here. What'd you say there, bud? 0400 or 4,000. I'm not going to cruise at 4,000. We just can't.
Short final.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. I wonder if anybody hit any wind shear. I expect wind shear. I expect some definite turbulence. Lots of wind shear on this. 17 on the gross here. 15, 17.7. So just about right there. Flaps are going to be 12.
And Boston traffic, that Delta 1881 is clear of one way. I have to make all the end of the taxi by the gates by Kilo and Echo Boston.
All right, there we go right there. Shoot. I went too far, folks. There's 12. Come on. Every time I get close, it's like, oh, you want 12? Well, we'll give you 15. That's up. Throw that. We're going to open that valve. 2,000 on the squawk here. We're ready to go here. Test that. Good. Everything else is good to go. Those are open. That's 0, 0. Let's go, folks.
1220, taxiing to holding point runway 15 right via Bravo and Lima.
Why is he going 15 right? I don't understand. They're taking off 22 right now. Thank you, Sean. Boston ATIS is now saying special 13023 gusting 34, half mile visibility. What are we looking at here? 15211.
Crossing for that will be Kilo Alpha Echo to this runway.
We're gonna go 22 right. All right. I mean I think that's what they're departing at right now. So we're gonna do the real deal here. Weather here in Boston. Let's see what they're using. Real life, they're using. Did they change it?
226, your final 2 miles. Runway
22 left. 22 right. We're going to be departing. Okay. 4-star checklist. 0 fuel weight. Shoot. What I have on the 0 fuel? 90. What did we say? 91. Something. Where are you? 0 fuel weight was 91.7. I just have to change this really quick to 91.7. I forgot to do that. I always forget to do this dang thing here. This is just a calculator. 91.7 is just going to help us. Man, this is low. We're light, super light. That's a good thing. Let's get out of here. 91.7. Okay. 0 fuel weight is set. Takeoff computer set. Stab trim is set. Takeoff selector set. Airspeed bugs, TRP set. Fuel and fuel pumps are on. Nothing in the center. Doors are going to come closed. Hydraulics are coming on. Let's get the doors closed. Hydraulics on. Let's go. Trans on. Aux on. Come over here. Landing. Doors. I don't know why the aft stairs are on. That's dumb. Okay. We're good to go. Let's get on the Let's get on the pump, the APU. Get off of the GPU. That was nice of the FBO to hook us up with that. Go ahead and clear the GPU. Get off the airplane. Anti-collision light is now on. That's coming on both. Those are on. That's on. That's on. Let's go. Send us. Push us back, please. Prepare for push and departure. All right, folks. So we're going to push back. No. I don't want the stupid fuel truck. Get the fuel truck out of here. All right, I'll push myself back. Dumb thing. All right. This is going to be a fun ride, folks.
Boston
Get ready.
Split wings 1220, lining up runway 15 right.
Why is he going 15 right? Did you not get the memo? We're definitely putting belts on today.
Traffic
That's
Avianca
for sure.
226, runway 22 left, 58.
Yes. Nasty stuff. All right, let's go. Another walk in the park here. We are parked here. Let's just push us back for a minute. Pushback coming in. We're going to go ahead and click manual pushback. We'll go in reverse.
Boston
Release the
traffic
brake.
question, is there any traffic on final runway 22 left?
Looking at my X-plane map, no, I don't see anyone on final 22 left.
Got 2 aircraft coming
Thank
in.
you very much. Boston traffic, split wings 1220, taking off runway 15 right.
That's him right there at Spirit Wings. Just going to point the nose in the right direction, get us lit. And we're done. Okay, that's good enough right there. We'll stop the push. I got the brakes. All right, let's fire up the engines here. We're going to go the alpha side and
Traffic Avianca
APU
226, taxi via Papa and
on.
Echo. Crossing forward.
Pressure is
runway
in. Let's go ahead and
forward.
fire at the right engine here. Right engine coming out. The valve is open. We're going to light number 2. There it goes. Looks like Delta. Looks like we've got Spirit Wings taking off right now. Delta's right behind them on 15 right. But we're going to actually go 22 right. That's what they're doing in real life configuration here. 22%. Here comes the gas. Fuel in. Time on. Clock up. Light off.
Boston traffic, 1878.
Coming off.
About to be crossing Noli at 3000 for 22 left, ILS. Boston traffic.
Boston traffic, split wings 1220 is airborne, passing with 1,600 feet for flight level 360.
All right, we're going to go ahead and fire.
Boston traffic Avianca
Fire 1.
226, crossing runway 4 left to 2 right. Boston.
All right, there we go. We got spin up. Chris, what'd you say? Chris says yes. Bug. I got your bug. I'm going to do 3,000 on the altitude. Is that what you're talking about? How are you, Ja? He says, hello, sir. Took my last exam of the semester. Good job,
Traffic
dude.
Avianca 226, runway
22.
22 left, 04 right back.
Fuel in. Timer up. Boston's pretty busy. We got some traffic here. We got a good light there. Watching the EGT coming up on us. Making sure we're not spiking red. And then we're going to throw the start valve off. There's that. All right, let's go ahead and run the list here. I'm just going to lock this and left, right, bat volts, and temps good. Coming out, let's throw the APU, the off. Matter of fact, I should have kept it on. It's such a fast dang flight. Well, that's good for now, though. I just shut it off, so we keep it off. Supplies coming in. That's the packs. Packs are on, coming down. That looks good. Straight across here. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. We're all set. All right, we're going to go ahead and flap check. Excuse me. Flaps coming down, folks, at about, what did we say the flaps were? Expect flaps 12, so that's one more notch of flap. That should give us 12. Unlock this, take a look. We've got 12 there, green light. Here we go, let's check it. Good, left and right. All right, let's run the checklist. For taxi, air conditioning panel is set, pitot heat is on, anti-ice is off, engine instruments were checked. Flight controls are free, flaps and slats, 11 degrees, check, green light. Transponder is coming in, TARA. Right there. And ABS and spoilers. Gosh, we need that for sure. Dang it. Hold on. There we go. We'll throw that. Pneumatics are closed. Takeoff's armed. And we are ready to go here, folks. 22 right. Ready? Sit back. Enjoy the show. Yeah, you're going to need it. I'm glad he... What the heck is this airplane doing here? I don't know where that guy came from. Brakes off. Let's go. Taxi on. Here we go. This airplane will start rolling on its own. We're so light. Get out of my way, truck. Boston traffic, Riptide 5803. Taxi runway 22 right, Boston. We're going to go Bravo,
Boston
November.
traffic, JetBlue 1878, 15 miles final, runway 22 left, Boston.
All right, folks, here we go. Another day in the office. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? That's got to be an FSLT jet. That's an A220 right there. What are they? Why is this guy taking 1.5 here? That's the problem about FSLT. They don't really do the configuration right. That is not what's happening in real life. Not happening in real life. See ya. So we're going to parallel this runway for a bit. By the way, folks, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. Let me tell you what we're about to this channel. If you haven't known, we try to do things the correct way. Okay, we don't try to just do stupid stuff. You're not going to see stupid stuff on this channel. You're not going to see us doing barrel rolls. I should say intentionally. we might hit something, and then that might happen. But we're looking for November. We try to do it the right way. I've got this airplane coming across on FSLT, so what we'll do is taxi down. We're going to take off on 22 right after departure. We're going to roll the airplane immediately, about 400 feet. I'll roll the airplane to the north. That's going to be a right turn out, and we're going to go direct to this waypoint. It's only 14 nautical miles. We're going to have the airplane just stable. So I'm looking for altitude hold, throttle back, and I'll turn the autopilot on. Very rudimentary today for the autopilot, right? So I'm looking for just a few things. There he goes. He's out of there. Look at that spray coming off of him. That's pretty cool. See ya. We're going to go down November. Let me call him up. Boston traffic, Riptide 5803. Making a left on November, crossing runway 15 right. Boston. Okay, here we go. Lights on. I know that path is clear. We didn't see any other airplanes taxiing on there, so we're good to go unless they're landing. This is November. We're going to cross 15 right here. Wind is brutal. We got to get airborne here, folks. The more we wait, the worse it's going to be. And you can see it's starting to get a little, visibility starting to drop a little bit from where we were.
Boston traffic, JetBlue 1878, now on a 10-mile final for 22 left.
Okay, so we got an airplane on 22 left. They're going to be landing 22 left. We got to make sure that they, if they go missed or something like that, if we abort or take off or something, let's talk about that. This is very, very. This could happen today. Hang on. Boston traffic, Riptide 5803, crossing 15 left. Boston. We could have a wind shear alert or warning if that happens below. Even if that happens above, we are only going to stop above 80 knots. We're only going to stop for fire, failure, fear, or shear. Any wind shear alerts or warnings past 80, we will stop. After V1, we'll take it in the air, and we'll figure out what the heck's going on, okay? Any questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, let me know. Folks in the chat, do me a favor. Let's get the parachutes on. We're going to need them today as the airplane drifts off the runway here at taxiway.
Boston traffic, FedEx 3567, right downwind, runway 22 left, Boston traffic.
All right, we got one on the downwind, one on final. We got to make sure they don't do a step and cross over. That's going to be a problem. Okay, I got the brakes. Brakes tested, looking good. We'll do our checklist, and we'll rock and roll here. I got to arm this.
Boston traffic, JetBlue 1878, short final, 22 left, Boston.
Okay, we're on 22 right, and we're going to hold right here on the position. This way it's going to give us a good look at final. Brakes locked. Here comes the other seatbelt. Okay, folks, parachute on. Looks good. I don't even see the final. Do you? All right, let's do this before takeoff. I'm going to arm that. Here we go. Takeoff config. I'm going to go ahead and set that right now. Pump it up. That's back down. That's good. Ignition selector. We are definitely going to go on alpha today. Altimeter set. ABS and spoilers are armed. And speed brake is armed. Looking for that traffic coming in on short final. And we're going to go on 22 right. We're going to depart pretty much straight out, okay, on this. We'll make a right turn after departure. Here we go. You guys ready to rock and roll? This is going to be a nasty one. Let's do it. Boston traffic, Riptide 5803, taking runway 22 right, Boston departure south.
Boston traffic, good afternoon. JetBlue 2261 pushing back from Charlie 12. Boston.
Hey, lights coming on, brights on. Let's go, folks. You ready to rock and roll? It's going to be quick. I got to get my last frequency.
Scandinavian 927 is 14 miles from the field, currently inbound Wayne Bryland.
111.15. Okay, everybody got that? 2215. Inbound course is 113. And I'm going to get that going right now. One less thing I have to do. Okay, we're lined up. You ready to go? Winds are where? There we go. All right, here we go. Okay, the winds are coming in from the left. A little bit of aileron in there for sure. And auto throttle's on. Clamped up. We're going. A lot of crosswind control in here. Just trying to keep it on the runway best I can as we increase. We're go. Just a little bit of cross control. Let the airplane do its thing. Whoa! What was that? FSLT, that's what that was. Gear up. Okay, climb to 20. 400 degrees, we're going to start a right turn. I got the traffic alert. There's our wind shear. So what we're going to do is pull up. About 25 degrees, nose up. Try to get out of this wind shear. Looks like we're climbing, so we're good. All right, we're out of that shear line. Go ahead and drop the nose to 20. I got the aircraft. We're going to be way high. Coming down on the speed, coming down on the altitude. There we go.
Traffic, Scandinavian 927, 10 miles final ILS, 22 left, fully established, Boston.
Gotcha. I gotcha. We're good. We're going to climb to 4,000. Got it right there. I'm just going to reverse the trend. I see the climb here. I've got the speed. I'm not worried about anything else, folks. Let's go ahead and get heading in there. We're going to fly right to where we need to go. I don't want to descend, so let's get the airplane on the right call here, straight ahead. Okay, altitude select, heading select. Okay, I'm going to go altitude hold. And I'm going to go autopilot on. Speed's coming back down.
Boston traffic, JetBlue 1878, clear us 22 left.
All right, speed's up. And I'm going to actually take over this stupid thing. I'm going to go see FMS override.
At Boston traffic, JetBlue 2651, we're pushing back out of the alleyway onto Alpha, Fox Charlie 8, Boston.
Okay. Stand by, guys. I got my hands full with this right now, so you got to give me a second. Okay, we're good. I wanted 4,000 feet. Fine, go to 5 and hold. Vertical speed. Oh, BS, dude. Alright, I'm going to hold that 4,500.
Boston traffic,
right
JetBlue 1878, taxiing to Terminal E via Foxtrot, Bravo, Alpha.
Alright, we're going to go to, we're basically on a downwind. If you're wondering what we're doing, we're on a downwind right now. I know we've got VNAV path. I get that. So we're on a downwind. We're good. Dog, shut up. The dog's barking at me. I don't have time for dogs. I don't know if you knew this. All right, route we're coming in, legs.
Scandinavian 9er 275 mile final, 22 left Boston.
ILS runway 11. Zelkla. Click execute. Let's go to legs page. Check it out. So you can see where we're going. So we're at 4,400 feet. And you can see I'm not even touching flaps right now. I can bring them up, but there's no point. I might bring them up to 0. There we go. I might just hold the flaps into 0, slowly airspeed down. There we go. We bugged it up. Let's go ahead and get ready for the landing now. Don't worry about engine sink pressurization, hydraulics. I'm going to keep them on. Altimeters set, and then landing data, we already checked it. Okay, descent checklist is complete. Let's go right into this. We're going to be doing a Zelka, and then we'll flip in Zelka 1,900 feet. Looks like an MSA at 2,500, so be watching that. You can see we have quite a bit of a crosswind, 58 knots right now coming in on the left side. So the airplane is kind of doing one of those. 18 degrees, we're good to go on that. What's up, Marco? He said, hi, finally I can watch the stream live. Yeah, we've got another, that American then came out of nowhere. Yeah, it did. I think it was an FSLT SAFU, because they're not using 1.5. So that's, I don't know. I'm always in a predicament. Do we use FSLT or not? You know, I don't know. We're getting blown off course, so I'm going to go 270 now on the heading. And once we get past, we're doing good on airspeed, folks. We're not too slow. We're doing all right. Flaps are up. Slats are still in. We're getting that snot kicked out of us. It's just the way it is here. I don't want to put the slats in because we're going to be flipping around and coming down. Right, so 1,900 feet. We've got an MSA, right, 2,000 here. So I'm going to come down to 1,900. And if I lock this, come over here. I got to do this the right way. So you can click this. There it is. Problem is, and when you hit the tab, the GSX pulls up. All right, I've got the aircraft. We're going to descend via the vertical speed indicator here. We're going to do about 900 feet. We are getting the snot kicked out of us, folks. We are getting turbulence. Nasty, nasty stuff here. Okay, it is ugly. Remember that cell coming in? It's nastiness. So I've got the power dropped to idle pretty much. We're going to go ahead and swing it back around. If you're wondering, you could put it on the FO side. There's no point in doing this just because I'll put power on here and then I'll go to the FO to weather and you can see what we're talking about. So I have weather on their side. I've got terrain on my side. So what we're doing is flying a downwind. I'm going to call them up. Bedford traffic, Riptide 5803 on a downwind, runway 11, expecting Zelka, the ILS 11. All right, looking good so far. We're stable at least. That was good. That American came out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know. Did we turn that FSLT on or off? I never know with these things. Nice and got the landing lights on. Doesn't matter. We're on downwinds and we're descending. Yeah, it's pretty moderate crap here for sure. All right, we are going to use the HUD. HUD's coming down. It's going to help us just with a little bit of SA. We're going to throw it to the on position. IMC is for sure. 2500 is set. Okay, I'm watching. It looks like we got terrain just to the north of us. We're going to kind of swing it in here in a little bit. 2,000 feet. I'm just trying to get a little more distance between us and there. The speed is good. I like the speed. All right, we're going to go ahead and start our turn. Heading select. Here we go. Roll the aircraft in. 2,500, and we are rolling to Zelka direct. We are getting kicked out here, and I'll tell you why. My seat is shaking. I've got the butt kickers on. Woo! You can feel the turbulence. I mean, it hits, and the thing rattles your bones. So you know when you're getting bumped around pretty good. All right, nice and smooth turn here. Kind of turning away from the issues. We are going to go. I'm not even worried about the flaps now. Look at that break in the clouds. That's pretty. Really nice. All right, crosswind definitely. We're going to have to watch our crosswind coming in at Zelka. It's a restricted airspace right up here. Jeez. Okay, we're level now. Do not descend below 1900. Do not descend below 1900. Yeah, there we go. That's just the turbulence kicking in. And we are getting pushed hard. 30 knots now on the tailwind, so got a 30 knot tailwind. Airports, man, it is brutal. Okay, gonna work for my money is gonna be. We're gonna get worked here. Runway 11, we got a 7 knot crosswind and a 7 knot headwind, so that's pretty good. We'll take that. We got 35 on the speed on the winds. I've got 111.15. That is all set. 113 is set. We're going to turn this side because it's going to blow us across the ILS path. Let's see if the ILS can hook up. I don't know if it can just because we're going so dang. It's a limitation on the winds for sure. There's the hookup. Coming across. All right, let's go flap. Flap coming in 11. If it didn't hook up, it will because it's 37 knots. It's pushing us now into the ILS path, if you're wondering. We can't see it yet, but we will. As the ILS comes through, we'll go ahead and slow the aircraft down. You see, I'm waiting for that 40 knot wind to kind of get us into the ILS path. If it doesn't, I'll help it out. Maybe it won't. So let's go like this. Just turn a little bit that way to hook up the ILS. Okay, flaps coming in. 15. Flaps 15 set. Okay, good on the speed. Back it down, 140 now on the speed. Zelka, 2,000, 1,900, descending to 1,800. Nope. Of course. Okay. Still haven't hooked up to the ILS yet. I'm expecting a...
Boston traffic, busy B-330s and a right turn to 250 heading Boston.
Pull up. Wind shear.
All right, we got wind shear.
Wind shear. Sink rate.
Looks at 40 knots. We're stable, though. We're stable. Okay, what is going on with this thing? All right. Stand by. Stupid thing. Yeah, I can't even see it.
And Boston traffic, JetBlue 2251, we are clear of runway 22 right, climbing via the Falcon 7 departure to the north.
111.15, 113, 1115, 113. What is going on with the ILS? Come on, airplane, you're starting to get off on me. All right, gear coming down. Man, this is brutal. Okay, about 28. Speed's coming back down. Get back on course here. ILS is getting, come on now. I can't even see my, flap set 40. I don't even want to look down, folks. I'll deal with it. That's armed. Okay, my airplane, give me the auto throttles. Watch the speed, watch the speed. Throttle's coming up. Let me go right there. Oh. Fighting it, I'm fighting it. Just slightly off, come on. I wonder if that wind is pushing me. No way. It's a fight, guys. I'm fighting this aircraft all the way down. Not a good hookup. It doesn't even want to descend. Gosh, man. I got it. Runway's in sight. 1,000 feet, gear down. Flaps 40. We are manual on the landing. This is a brutal, brutal crosswind. Here it comes. 31 knots now on the nose. Speed is all over the place. Check. I got it. Oh, we got wind shear here. Ooh. We're okay, we're okay. Get that airplane in the wind. Come on. Put it down. Get it. Mercers. Stop, stop, stop. I got the brakes. Oh, man. Gosh. Holy smokes. All right, you guys better, you should subscribe. If you're not a subscriber after that, and do me a favor, hit that like button, because that deserves something. Man, that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. That was terrible. Well, hope you liked that, because that was a bit interesting. Jeez, man. Oh, gosh. Wow. Well, guess what, folks? We're here. Welcome to Bedford. That was one heck of a ride. We made it. Whew. I'd be lying if I said my heart rate wasn't up. It is. It is for sure. We got a long taxi here. That was nasty. That was downright nasty. Downright nasty. No joke. That was one. And I didn't help myself. The hookup was terrible. It wouldn't hook up. I got the weather radar on. Let's shut that off. Power. Okay, what did you say? Sean says, the big question in your MS flight since release, what was the hardest approach you've ever done? Oh, the hardest approach I've ever done was, it's a great question, was in Coastal Airways, we have a training module where we, flaps come to 0, by the way, where we fly to Charleston, and Charleston, West Virginia, and we maximize the 737, the crosswind component on the 7.3. So it's a 35 knot crosswind, direct 90 degrees, and it is the worst approach I've ever flown and landed on. It's max demonstrated crosswind landing in the 737. So if you fly for coastal, you have to demonstrate that you can fly that approach, and not only you can fly it, you can land it. And it's hard. I'm going to be honest, one of the hardest things we do. It's the hardest approach, but knowing that, if you know that you can handle that situation during the line, everything's easier. You know, when you fly the line, it's like, okay, like this, you know, all right, so we had 31. I knew it was going to be 7. You know, we were going to have a shear line somewhere. And I know we weren't too far off the ILS. A little bit. I was using the HUD, obviously, for reference, and we were going to bug out at about 200 feet if I didn't get a good glimpse of that. A glimpse at it, but it's one of the worst. It is a bear. I'm not lying to you. It is an absolute grit of a. It's tough. That is one tough approach. It really gets our pilots. I mean, I've had to do it multiple times, and a lot of folks have had to do it multiple times as well. So if you could get that right, if you can get that approach, you could pretty much handle anything the Mother Nature could throw at you. You know, within reason. You don't want to go nuts and that. So, folks, this is the FBO. It's going to be right in here. It's just down a little bit more. We have catering. We already got catering on the flight, so we're going to be doing a turn, and we'll head into Toronto and hopefully better weather. Does somebody know what Toronto weather's doing? Because I hope it's better than this. That's insane. Well, welcome to Bedford. This is where we want to go. So we're going to kind of come in here. We'll park the aircraft. Plenty of room down here to park. It's coming back. That's off. We'll reset the FMA here on both sides. And then we'll get a dispatch going and all that good stuff. Look, they're waiting for us. Gate Gourmet, huh? We already got our, like I said, we've got our catering, so we don't need that. We are going to fuel up. Sean asked, hey, are we going to tanker? And the answer is no. Fuel is a lot more expensive in Boston, Logan, than here. So we're not going to have to, we're actually going to just fuel up normally as we would here. Sorry, airplane. I'm going to run right over you. I'm actually going to come this way a little bit. This is beautiful scenery, by the way. This is freeware, which is really cool for freeware, right? Pretty sweet. We'll take a look at it. I'll swing it in here. I got to watch the wing. This is the FBO that the players are at right now, actually waiting for us. Actually, I think we're early. We're very early. They're going to be here in about another hour. Come on, airplane, turn. That's good right there. We'll hold it. Oops, I hit the wrong button. There we are. Park brake coming on. Let's take a look. APU's online. We are going to go ahead and throw the wipers off now. We'll park them. And we'll shut down number 2. Seatbelts are off. Lights are off. Woo! Welcome to Bedford. That was insane. That was insane. I gotta tell you, working for my money there. That is for sure. Working for the money. All right. Spooling it down. Looking good on the end too. We're gonna kind of throw those off. The lights will keep on. We are gonna burn APU, by the way. They don't have any services here, so we'll just keep the APU lit. We'll get the players on the aircraft. We'll just go ahead and shut stuff off, and then we'll get everything programmed. That's coming off. That's coming off. Unlocking the door. Whew. Good night. One of those is off. That is on. APU air is on. Pack is on. That should shoot air into the system here. Waiting for that to happen. I got to open the pneumatic crossfeed. And that should do it. We'll go ahead and get stretch our legs really quick. Throw this to the off position. And the reason why I didn't set that at landing, I didn't want to look down. I was a little perplexed with preoccupied, if you will. All right, let's go ahead and program this, and hopefully it doesn't crash my system. Of the ACARS. We'll go click File Flight Plan. It has filed, so we've got a good file there. All right, nice flight, son. Thank you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and book the next leg. I'm actually gonna set up. What are you doing? I'm gonna set up GSX about right here. This will be a good spot for it. I don't know why they hooked us up to the ground power. I didn't ask for that. So that's just stupid. That's just dumb. So let's go ahead and get configured GSX. So if you configure it with me, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll say customize the airport position. I don't know what position we're in right now. or where we are. But parking, I think Sean said FBO ramp was, I don't know where the parking would be. I'd have to look at, I didn't have a chance to sort it out. We're on the west parking though, I believe. Maybe we can say, do this and say, you know, where the heck are we? Parking will be the FBO, so it's going to be the south, won't be west, but it'll be the southeast parking, I guess. Yeah. That's it. We'll just leave it right here. I don't want to exit out. I'd have to exit out and all that crap, and I'm not doing that. So, let's go ahead and pop the doors open. We'll get the stairs going. We'll unboard them. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'll schedule. Let's get our dispatch on, and we'll start dispatching the aircraft for the next run up into Canada. We're going to Toronto. This is a pretty quick flight, I think, from here to Toronto. Let's go to pull up our paperwork. We'll get that going. I'll show you here what it looks like. Just a minute. Let me log in and get everything sorted. New flight. All right, here we go. So this is our intranet. We've got a new flight here. I'm going to write stuff down as well as we do this. Sean says ramp 95. If that's kind of where I'm parked, that's good. Thanks. He puts me in a ballpark. So what we can do is click this and go ramp 95, and I might have to just previous page. I think it's the south something parking, wasn't it? Definitely not. Okay. It's the southeast parking. So ramp 95. See if we can configure that. Customize the airport position. Ramp 95. There is no 95, is there? Ramp 95. So that should be the south. There's 100. West parking, ramp 95 right there. We're going to say gate small. It's not a gate. And we're going to call this, well, gate, we'll call this medium. Marshallers, no jetway. Passenger buses. Pushback, we got that, got that, got that. Operators. Let me look really quick what the operators are, and then I believe it's, I gotta look here. Stand by. Looking at my paperwork. No catering, we do jet aviation. Oh, great. So that is default. I said, oh, great, because it doesn't work. It's just pink. I don't see it. Yeah, it's just default, isn't it? I don't think operator is available. Oh, okay. We'll just make one up. Menzies. I don't know. Swissport. No, they're not there. It would be like a jet center. It would be like some local jet center or something. I'm just going to pick one here in a minute. Where is it? My dogs want me. Of course. They never leave me alone. All right, we're just going to pick one signature. That works. Apply. All right. Now that's at 95. Could I click into that? Disable staircase. Underground fueling, no. Click apply. Okay. Okay, there it is. So you can see this is 95, and you can see it's right here. That's not really good, but that'll work. I mean, that's pretty much right there on the... that's fine. We're just going to leave it just like that. Do you want to become... Okay, there's a solid one. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, we're good on this. Let's go ahead and clear this. And what I'm going to do now is get our paperwork hammered out. We'll get our dispatch, and we'll rock and roll for our next leg. So what we're going to do is we've got... we're departing Bedford, and we're going to Toronto. Flight number is going to be 5803. We're departing Bedford. I'm writing this down, by the way. We're going to Toronto, YYZ. Departure time, estimating 1410. Pax is 60, and all that good stuff. So we click my bids here. Click new flight. We'll add that in. This is to my bids now. Live map, didn't want that. Create a Simbrief flight plan. Aircraft skipjack, proceed to flight planning.
Boston traffic, American 2941 landing, runway 22 left.
Alternate, we're just going to call it none for now because I don't know what the weather here is in Toronto. We'll see that in a minute. This is set. We're going to go bag weight at 6280 and cargo weight is, bag weight is going to be 1920. And our cargo is 6280 with a split of 1740 there, and our payload is going to be 19.6 like normal. All right, Bedford, we are 494 Charlie Sierra, and the date is 12/18/23. All right, we'll come over here, add fuel. I do want to put about 1,000 pounds here. We are going to go 25 minutes. I think this is a quick flight too, folks. It's pretty quick. It's like an hour and 20 minutes even. Maybe it's an hour and 15. It's close. We will see here in a minute. And I got to let my dogs out. I kick my chair way back. I'll hit the FBO, get something to eat, right? It's an hour and 11 minutes. That's pretty good. It's better than what we just came out of. Holy smokes. Toronto is reporting 28010, 15 miles visibility, light rain, overcast at 15. That's not bad. We're forecasted temporarily between 18 and 19 Zulu. That's about 19 now, right? So greater than 6, no significant weather. I like that. All right, we've got this becoming 1820. We're going to be right in this range. We're going to get 29010 gusting 20. That's because of that cold front that passed by through the northeast, and then light snow later on. 0100 Zulu. So very close. 7. So that's 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. We'll be there before the snow hits. So no factor here. We're going to be in this range. So we don't need any alternates or anything like that. So we're good. An hour before, hour after is good to go. Right now it's broken at 15. So, but again, we're forecasted to land right in this range. Okay, it's forecasted to get. That's fine. We really don't need an alternate. If you wanted to take one, we could. So instead of taking an alternate, I'm just going to take extra fuel. How's that? We'll just plan on extra fuel. That's what we'll do. Skipjack it is. Coming down here, we've got hour and 18 minutes. That's fine. This is our extra fuel, so we will take I usually take 1,000 for the fuel, so we'll put that 1,000 pounds. And then for weather, I do want to just take about 20 minutes of hold fuel, just in case if we needed to go around and do a missed approach. I'm hopefully we can get a better hookup on the ILS. That was jacked up. I don't know why it was not holding. That's a good route. We'll take that route right there, right up through Buffalo and then in. It's going to be a nice, I wouldn't say enjoying ride, but this will be a better ride than the last one. It's still going to be bumpy. It's going to be ugly like that, but we should be good to go. For lunch, I'm having Salisbury steak with rice. Ah, that's good. Good old lunchtime, right? I'm going to go get something for lunch too. My goodness. You're making me hungry now. Let me go ahead and do this really quick. We'll get this rolling. Don't want to do that. Let's go like that. Dogs have to go outside. Once I get this paperwork all hammered out, we'll do that. Let's go ahead and look at this right now. I'm just going to transfer this over to here so you can see kind of what I'm doing. So we're going to do the fuel planning first. So if you can take a look at this, we're going to do minimum fuel is 16.3. If I can write it down, that would be great. 16.3, maximum fuel 18.1. We're going to plan out of here with 18.1. It is Jet A. We're at gate 95. We're on the ramp. Let's take a look at what our arrival fuel was. How's that? Looks like we've got 5,100 over 49.50. Nothing in the center. That's now 6. That's 10. Just about that. Plan fuel. What are we doing? Ouch. Plan fuel. What do we got here? What do we say we're doing? 18.1. Oh, I'm tired now. Whew. Almost topping the tanks off, I guess. 9.05, I think. That should bring us about 18 point. There's 10, so that's 18.1 right there. And we'll call our fuel truck, get that thing over there. 0 fuel weight. What's going to pull the paperwork back up? Okay, our 0 fuel. Just going to slide this over on this side now so you can see. Right there. 0 fuel weight is going to be normal, which is 103.6 with a takeoff weight of 120.9. We're going to have an estimating landing weight at 113.2. 113.2. Good. Runway is going to probably be 11 out of here. We'll check on the flaps. Cell temp is not applicable. We're going to go full power again. And we'll check our trim and all that good stuff. Once we're done, I'm going to go ahead and save that, and then I'll upload this into. That is good. We'll click up, download and update, and then I'm going to file on VATSIM. File the flight plan. We are now filed. Good to go. One thing I do want to check: 340. On the altitude with a takeoff weight of 120.9. And all I'm going to do right now, folks, is just check to see if the aircraft, with the weight we're going to have, can we go up to 350? And I've got my charts here on an iPad. Here we go. Nope. There's a lot of little things to do. It's not just, you just get in and fire it up and go. It doesn't kind of work that way. You gotta, if you want to do it right, you gotta make sure that your weights coincide with the limitations of the aircraft, that kind of thing. It looks like to me, I know why. Go to my drive, it's stuck in there. Okay, we're going to cruise at point Let's see what kind of cruise they're going to give us here. Looks like we are going to cruise 0.75. It's on a low end of cruise, I think. Not too fast. So 0.75 is the cruise. And with that cruise, it's going to be pretty darn low, I think. 0.76. I don't think we have a 0.75, do we? Yeah. We don't. I mean, it's 0.76 or nothing. £120. 120.9. Yeah, we're good to go. We're going to go all the way up if we had to. So it's always a good thing to double check, especially in these MD-80s. You just don't know. It's not like a 7.3, and even then it's kind of a rough deal. So we'll come back to this. Let's go ahead and program. Just basically going to wrap this into my... We'll export that. We'll click close, dump that, come back to here, go full screen. And then last thing but not least, I got to change this for you. Well, Bedford to CYYZ, which is CYYZ. Yep. Click OK. Toronto it is. There we go. So that's all reset, ready for you. All right. Good on the fuel. Good on that. I'm going to call for boarding. And we'll start boarding the process right now. GSX coming on. Actually, I'm going to call for the refueling truck and kind of come over here. And then we're going to go like this. Click this. I'm going to go flight mode. And then we're going to pull up our weight and balance. And I'm actually going to pull up our weight and balance here too. You didn't see it. Okay. So you can see this is the desktop application. What I'm going to do is import the OFP. Now we're going from Bedford to YYZ. That's the one we want. Double click. Now this is not correct. This is not correct. So we're going to zero these two out, zero that out, and we're going to go 1740s in the back. So that's going to be, what, 75? I think it's like 7,500. So 1740 is always in the back of the aircraft. So we have 6280. We're going to subtract. Nope, we're just going to add 1920 to that number. It's going to be 8200. So we're going to put 8200 here. And you should see your zero fuel weight is not correct. Wait a minute. Let me just see something. We have 1740. Okay, so 1740 in the back. Did I not do that right? Wait a minute. We have 1740, 3,000 pounds total. That's completely separate. So 3,000 pounds.
Boss to tell you, Delta 1542 is taking off, get you right. Boss to tell.
That's why it's 1260.
Delta 11,
7540, that's what we're looking for. So 7540 there. We're going to throw that there. 7540. I got to do it. 7540 right there. Dump. Good. And this obviously is going up. So what you do here is you go like this. You get this all hammered out, ready to go. 90, 90, 31, 90, 31. Click that. And that just updates it. And then I have to do the same thing here. So 9031. You can import the SimBrief OFP, but you're going to have to redo this again. So if we go, see how it just did that? So we just got to go 7540 in the front. And that should give us a good zero fuel weight mark. 1036. Everything's ready to go. Now let's get the fuel truck here. I love how they put us like right there. All right, let's call for the fuel truck. And then I'll stand up, stretch my legs, let the dogs out. Be rock and rolling. Oh, come on. GSX doesn't want to load? Of course not. Why would it? Okay, let's see if we can get to restart it. Ah, man. There we go. Let's see if it loads. It doesn't want to load. Of course. There we go.
Traffic, Delta 1411, 7.5 mile final, from my to left, turn to land.
All right, folks. While they're going to go and board us, we are going to step out of the flight deck for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and hit the restroom, get some quick snack. I will be back, and we'll load up the aircraft.
Traffic, Delta 1411, short final, from my 22 left, landing. traffic, Delta 1406 to the left, going to be crossing T2's right.
Then on the weather 12 and 25 is the bus to the right island. get the landing quick.
All right, folks, I'm back. Sorry, I had to get some food, and sure enough, here comes the rain. I knew it was going to get worse. All right, let's go ahead and get some gas in here. Before we do, I got to pull up my ACAR system and tell it to load the flight plan. All right, the weather is worse. And here we go. We're getting some fuel on the aircraft right now. And we're ready to go here to Toronto. Let's go ahead and start getting our numbers done. Okay, init ref coming in, 0 fuel. Let me do a few things here. I gotta unload this last flight. We'll import. We're going to Toronto. The weather is much better in Toronto than it is right here now in this area. Just got clobbered by the storm. Okay. Fuel right now we're putting on 18.1. And we'll go slant alpha, means auto. Dump that in there. 0 fuel weight is going to be right around 103.6, which is about normal for us with this charter. Reserves, I don't want to go below 6,000. We're going to climb to an altitude of 340. Dump that in there. Cruise winds are 186 at 74. Here comes Amazon. Got a couple unruly passengers coming. Deviation, minus 50 once we're at altitude. Nothing I can do about this. It's just Amazon. All right, we'll hold on that. So we'll come over to here. Oh, wrong one. Come there. I do apologize, but that's what they're going to do. All right, we got 12.9. Yay. That's all they do. Bark. All right, they're gone. All right, so wind, kind of gone. Let's go get the Bedford wind right now. Definitely changed on us because of the, remember I said that cell is coming up from the north. Wind 140 at 08 now, 1 mile visibility. We have heavy rain and mist. Now we do need a takeoff alternate, and that's probably going to be Albany. So Albany, we are takeoff alternate, by the way, broken at 6,600, sorry. Temperature is 29 dew point, no. Temperature is 16, dew point 14. Altimeter is 29er, 89er. 2899, very low pressure. And runway 11 as well, gate 95. All right, we're good on that. We're getting our fuel. So let's go ahead and throw those winds in. We've got 140 at 8. Slant 8. We are looking at a temperature of 11 degrees here. Runway is going to be 11. It's going to be our best bet. We'll go flap optimum on this. QNH is 28.99. Well, the pressure is dropping. As you can see, that front's coming in right now. Takeoff weight is a little heavier than we were out of Boston. We are 120.9. I'll throw that in there. Drop that over there. We have Scott saying, Jason left Cliff alone on the flight deck. That never ends well. It doesn't. It's a good thing I fired his butt because he was terrible. 118, 130, 139. I don't think it ever worked well with the flaps set at 13. I am not going to do a cell temp on this, so we're going to leave it at 0. We'll just do not applicable on that. And we're good there. It's going to make sure we're good on the fuel. We are. So let's write our fuel numbers down here. 89.50 over 89.50. And the center tank should be 0. And that gives us 118,050. And then we're going to have to set this to 1036. So kind of the opposite effect where we went into Boston, we had to go way down, and we got to go back up to normal, which is 103.6 in here. And that's basically just a calculator. It gives us our gross weight calculator. Always want to put your 0 fuel weight in. So I know a lot of people could be confusing because you're like, our gross weight is 107 or whatever our gross weight's going to be. It's going to be like 120. So if we dial this in here, I can't do this. I'm holding a pen. I'm trying to hold my 103.6 so you can see now our gross weight. It's going to be 121.6. So that's about right. All right, we're good on that. Our paperwork is pretty much done. Let's go in here. I've got 118, 130, 130, 130, and then we're going to dump 139 in, and I'll have to let my dogs out again. I'll click the departure. Route. Alright, so we go to route here. We're going to do our just Kilo Bedford. So BED, we're going to go to CYYZ. YY Zulu. And that's going to be Toronto. We're going to just dump that in there. You can see that. Runway departure 11. It's about a 7,000 foot runway. And let's see if we have any out of Bedford what our departure is. There might not be any. It looks like a HASCOM 5. And looks like our first waypoint will be Syracuse, Highland and Syracuse. You can see Syracuse is on the list here. Highland would be the first one. I do see Highland. So we're going to be flying basically the HASCOM 5 it's called. So if we go departure here, HASCOM 5, that's what we want. We're going to go runway 11. Click that. We're going to go to departure again. We're going to arrivals into we're doing the Ling 3 arrival, and the transition will be, don't know, hang on. I usually have my sim brief open, my release. Transition here is going to be the Woozy route. We'll click activate, we'll execute it, and we'll go to pref. You can see our pref page is all good to go. Back to takeoff, that looks good. Legs, just because we have such a short flight here, I'm not going to even input my route data. Syracuse 180 at 74, that's fine. That'll be good. So everything else should work well. I'm good with that. Good programming. Let's go ahead and get this thing set. We're going to pull up the HASCOM 5, and then we'll work it that way. Pop said EFB looks good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, once we take off out of here, basically runway heading it looks like. That's going to be runway heading up to Highland. So we're going to go runway heading, basically 111.5 straight to Highland. And let's call for boarding. Request boarding. Boarding is requested. We'll come over to here. You can see the weather's getting worse, which we knew was going to happen, right? We'll go ahead. Main open. We'll throw the stairs open. We'll go ahead here, get that done. This is where you take the FO, and the FO goes outside for a walk around. Nobody. We're on the aircraft already. We're going to get the passengers loaded, get our players loaded, and then we're going to start rolling out of here. And while they're doing that, let's come up on the overhead. Just make sure we double check everything. Make sure we're good to go. Okay, that's on. That's armed. That's coming on. That's on. That's on. That's on. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this thing sorted in terms of altitudes. All right. Toronto's sitting at 500 feet. 569 feet to be exact. About right there. Pressure in, I'm guessing it's going to be on the low end. We'll just set it right here at standard, and then we'll go from there. All right. Everything else is good. We don't have to do any of those tests like we did out of Boston, so that looks good. I'll throw the logo line on just because it's raining and it's crappy. All right, that's it for the overhead. Let's go to the MCP. We're going to do a course of 115. Flight director's on. And on here, we are going to climb to an altitude. Probably top end at 3,000. What do you mean? I don't want to open my rear exit here. And it's on, so open it. I forgot to shut the stupid pumps off. Aft stairs and aft main. Great. All right, we're getting ready here, folks. MCP again. We're going to be 139 on the speed. 139 is set. We are going to climb to an altitude, probably keep us low, 2,000 feet. We're going to go a little higher than that. If there's no ATC on, I'm going to go higher. Just because Boston ground is on, so no big deal. I am going to go higher. Flight plan, fetch from the server. Good. I'm going to go ahead and file that right now. Our new flight plan is now in the books. And we're ready. We'll climb to 5,000. It's a little more manageable. All right. We are not going to be on the ART. Takeoff is normal, straight up. We'll test this really quick. Go to the A side, test that, and test that before. See our brake? We're in the 1 range for cooling. MD-80 is very interesting on brakes, cooling. They have an interesting system. Okay, this is our takeoff bugs. They're all set, ready to go here. V1 is going to be that 118 range, and then there's VR, V2 right next to it. Okay, check our flow. Good, one more time. We'll go ahead and test this. Good, and the wheel's turning. That's a good thing. Okay, we're going to do CG at 12.9 now. So we're going to rotate our CG wheel down at 12.9. We'll get that. Oh my gosh. You stupid. Right there. Flaps are going to be 13 on the departure. Right there. So flap 13. Like I said, I didn't even have time to stow it. That's how quick this last flight was. It's really fast. TARA is there, and those two are opened. Okay, we're going to go flip the takeoff, flip it to the arm position. We are boarding passengers now. We're ready to go. Let's run the checklist. We're getting everybody on the aircraft. Bags are getting loaded. Good stuff. All right. It is raining pretty bad here. I do want to change this. Okay, map with vectors to Highland. I'm just going to go right to Highland right now and forget the vectors. Okay, I think we're all set, ready to go, folks. Let's run the checklists on the overhead panel. Let's get the fuel pumps on and we'll roll it. 1, 2, 3. Everything else is good to go. Okay, 0 fuel weight set. Takeoff condition computer set. Stabilizer trim. I don't think I set that. Stab trim not set. Let's bring our stab trim down. Flap takeoff selector is set. Airspeed bugs and TRP, we've set it. Fuel and fuel pumps are on. We got about 18,000 pounds to go. Hydraulic pumps will come on high here in just a minute when we get our last passengers boarded. And then that would be before our start checklist is complete. We'll be ready to rock and roll. Pressure now 2898. Whew. The rain is coming down here pretty good. Look at that wing. So close to that. We'll go ahead and start the engines. I mean, we might get a little push straight if we needed to, but I think we could turn the aircraft. This is an MD-80, man. I think we got that all day. We can just turn the nose wheel and then we'll zip out this way. The fog is setting in for sure. It is getting foggy here. Visibility is dropping a little bit. Last couple bags coming on the aircraft. And we're out. Really cool scenery. I'm super impressed with it. Considering it was free. All right. Bedford Airport. It's my first time here. I've been to New Bedford many times, but not Bedford, north of Boston. You know, I think I have been here. I just don't remember. I think I have been here. New Bedford I've been to many, many times, but I think I've been to Bedford a couple of times, actually. The airport layout really looks familiar to me. We are totally boarded, ready to go. I'm going to let my dogs out before I depart here. Just stand by. I just got to open my door to the office. I'll be right back. Nope. All right, I'm back. Sorry. I had a UPS guy. That's the thing about when you're streaming during the day. It's difficult sometimes to get everything done. All right, we're shutting them down. We're shutting them down. We're boarded, ready to go. Our stairs are coming up. Of course, they're not coming up. I don't have my tank pumps on. Okay, pumps are on high. Here we go. Our stairs should be up. We'll be ready to rock and roll here, folks. Good stuff. We already did a performance data. You can see right here. We're not going to do a cell temp. We're going to go straight up, so plenty. Okay, looking good. Here we go. Let's go for the start. Keep that on, and packs are off. We got good pressures in there. Right there. Let's go ahead and fire up number 2. I'm going to shut the door. and then we'll go ahead and start. Deny the door. Door's closed. Starting number 2. System B on the start. Flip it. Start valves open. We got good rotation coming in there. You can see coming up. I'm going to go ahead and change this. Back to run. On the clock. 22. Here comes the gas. 22%. Fuel in. And there's the light. Got a good light. 250 on the EGT. Off. EGT is on the rise now. Boom, there it goes. Good connect. Good start. I think we're just going to go straight across this mic here. Okay, we're going to fire number 1. We'll actually start both engines in this inclement weather. Just a little easier for us. All right, good rotation. N2 is rotating. There's 20. Here comes the fuel. Ooh, wait. 22. There it goes. Stable. Fuel in. There's the light. Light off. Oil's rising. 250. Off. Should connect to the generator. There's the generator connect. Upstairs, let's take a look. Left side's good, right side's good, battery's good, and amps are good. 0. All set, ready to go. APU's coming off, air's off, APU's off. Come down here and packs are now on auto. Sliding down, everything else looks good over here. Let's kind of shut the pneumatics off. Pneumatic cross feeds 1, 2, flaps. Flaps 12 or 13, I thought. I can't see. That should be right. We'll go ahead and verify. Nope, one more notch. Sorry, folks. That should give us. Give it a bump. There it goes. Now flaps are 13. No disagreements on the lights. We're good to go. All right, run the checklist. Let's go. Before start, we've done that before. Taxi, air conditioning panel set. Pitot heat is on. Ignition, we can turn that off right now. Flight controls. Checked. Flats and slats. Set, checked. Takeoff transponder is. Should be on. It is. And then we're good to go. Ford taxi checklist is complete. We're going to go ahead and turn to the. And we're making a sharp turn here. There we go. We're going to bring up number 1 and start turning the aircraft. Get it rolling. Get some windshield wipers here. Lunch was great. Yeah, I had a piece of pizza flatbread for the from the FBO. I was able to snag some lunch. By the way, folks, if you're hanging out with us here today, on Wednesday we are going to be flying to Hawaii, and we're actually doing a full-on schedule. So we're starting in Salt Lake. It's going to be a long day, folks. We're starting in Salt Lake City, and we're going to go all the way from Salt Lake to Ontario, and then Honolulu. So we're talking about a nice long flight. It's a long day. So be ready for that. It's going to be awesome. Okay, we're going to cross 5. Bedford traffic, Riptide 5803 crossing runway 5. Bedford. Okay, I'm going to kind of put our way toward this. I don't see any notes that say wingspan limitations, so we're good on that. I don't see anybody coming in. Of course, I can't see anything anyway in this kind of weather. It sucks. Weather is kind of crappy here, folks. Okay, we're crossing runway 5. Good stuff. All right, we got runway 5. We're going to go down Mike now. This is Mike. Nice and small taxi here. Hopefully you're enjoying your Monday. I know this is a little unorthodox for us to be doing this during the day on a weekday at that, but I just figured why the heck not, right? Okay, we got Mike, long taxi over to 1-1. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this out here. Chronos off. Get back on the center line. Pretty airport. Really, I'm super impressed for freeware. This is amazing for freeware. So whoever the dev is for this airport, good job. By the way, at Coastal Airways, we are hiring. If you go to flycoastalairways.com, you'll see we updated our website. We got some new destinations there. Plus, we are hiring new pilots. So we welcome you aboard. Maybe put your apps in and then come work for us, come fly for us. It'd be fun to have you. You qualify, you get 100 hours if you want to. Once you get 100 hours under your belt, then you can qualify to fly this aircraft on charter runs. We would welcome that. There's 3 of us that are doing the charter beat. It's just a lot of work for us. Matter of fact, I mean, basically my whole winter is charter flights. Okay, here we go. You folks ready to rock and roll? Lots of rain coming in. Copy the winds. Winds are good. All right, seatbelts coming on. Let's go ahead and do a checklist. Takeoff config, we've checked. Let's go ahead and pull this up. Okay, flaps and slats are set. That's good to go. ABS is on. Okay, ignition is coming on. Alpha. We're looking good on my side. Altimeters are set. ABS and spoilers are armed. Takeoff check is complete. Lights are coming on. We'll identify this runway. We're going to depart straight out. Okay, I got 1-1 on the pavement. Remember, for wind shear, that's a possibility here, okay? Especially with these winds the way they are today. So again, if we need to abort, we will abort. Anything under 80 knots, we'll stop. Anything over 80 knots, fire, failure, fear, shear. Any wind shear alerts or warnings, we'll stop the aircraft. We'll do that manually. All right, let's go ahead and line it up. Bedford traffic, Riptide 5803, taking off on runway 11, Bedford. Okay, you guys ready? Right after takeoff, we're going to go ahead and turn an immediate left turn out to the north. All right, here we go. Bob's your uncle. 7,000 feet here.
Austin traffic, Frontier Flight 3012, ILS 229, Austin.
Hold. Stop. Okay, flaps are set. 13 stabilizers set. They're saying flaps not right. How about now? We got a disagreement. Now we're in agreement. I thought I missed a notch. It's really hard to see, so that's what that was. Bringing them up. And thrust is set. Auto throttle in. Nose down. Here we go. Takeoff thrust set. Clamp. 8 knots cross check. We'll go. Pilots ready to climb. Gear up. Crab into that wind. Go up to 20 degrees. We'll hold.
Gear up. Lights out.
All right, we're gonna roll the aircraft. Heading select. Wow, that wind. Okay, let's go ahead and speed up the aircraft. Too much on the bank. That's good. About 10 degrees. We're going to go up on our speed. There we go. Looking good. Let's go 30 degree now. Looking good. Climb thrust coming set.
Climb thrust set.
I don't want to ruin those engines, right? You got to baby these things. All right, flaps up. 11. Good speed. Flap 0. Past 180, we'll go ahead and turn them up.
Flap 0.
Flaps for 0. Okay, there's our speed. Looking good right there. Nice and stable. Heading select is on. I'm going to go ahead with vertical speed. 5,000. We're going to continue the climb, folks. Bring it up. Slats up.
Slats extended.
Slats are up, buddy.
Slats retract.
Traffic.
Roger, I got the traffic. I'm watching them. 300 feet. We'll stop the... Okay. I'm going to go ahead and throw heading on. Heading select. And I am going to decrease our climb. Just a little bit because it's a little out of hand. And I don't want to turn the dang autopilot on this when we're going this. Autopilot's on now. Vertical speed selected. Headings coming in here. If I get the right bug. Let's go nav track. I wonder if I can get nav track. Will you track up? No, you won't. I'll shut the everything off here in just a minute. The wipers are not that important right now. I'll get them off now. We'll shut those off, park them. That's coming off. Okay, we're gonna go VNAV climb. We're through the crap. You can see how beautiful is it up here without the weather. Now we're on the climb. Let's do a climb check. Just make sure we're good to go here. I'm climbing. Good. We're pressurizing. Good stuff. Good departure. Pretty busy. Okay, that's good. That's up. Those are off. And finally, we'll throw that to off. And that's disarmed. Okay, climb check. Ignition. We'll throw the ignition off. We don't need that. APU is off. Fuel pumps, they are on. Center tanks off. And spoilers ABS disarmed. Flaps and slats. Lights are out. Climb check complete. Through 10,000 here. Let the flight attendants know. One last thing. We'll do a check over the wing and then expect it to be pretty bumpy and choppy up here with this low, big low coming in. Seatbelts off. At least the lap belts are on. We'll just take these off. That's it. Piece of work, piece of cake out of here. No big deal. I think we kind of departed before it got real bad. That's it. Nice, folks. 10,800. Just taking a look. We're through Manchester. You can see Manchester's pretty much off this wing. Can't see crap now. It's just overcast. It'll be overcast all the way through. So you're not going to get any good looks, but you know. The 18,000 will turn off our lights. I'm actually going to turn off our logo lights now. We don't need those on. All right, that's it. I'm going to get a drink. I haven't been able to drink water since we left Boston. And then we'll get a kind of weather update here shortly. This is a fast flight too, folks. This is not going to be a long time here. This is a quick run. We're going down to Syracuse, pretty much across Syracuse. 117. I'll go ahead and tune that VOR here. 117 straight up. There we go. 117.0. We're through 15,000. There's one last check on the overhead just to make sure that we are pressurizing correctly. We are. You can see our differential is coming up. Okay, cabin altitude is coming up as well. We're about 2,000 cabin altitude and we're climbing. All those are good things. That's what you want to see. Nothing on the annunciator. All right, that was a good departure. We'll take that one. We do have, looks like some weather up ahead. I'll turn on the weather radar, at least on my side, just to see. Let's go with that. I know it's 2D, but it could really give us some crappy stuff. Here's 17,000. Syracuse is tuned in, but we don't have it yet. Albany is coming in 1153. Let's go and do that right here. 115.3. There we go. That's Albany. Albany set 18,000. Lights are coming off. 1, 2, 3. Everything else is good to go. And then our climb. We'll shut our pumps off. 1, 2. Overhead panel. We're going to go and throw engine sync on. We'll go ahead number 2 this time. That's it. Good climb. Now, folks, we just settle in and be all right. We should be there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. It's not going to be very long on this flight. It'll be pretty quick. I think total time is like an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at Toronto. Oh man, we got Syracuse, and once we're at Syracuse, that's all she wrote. We've got some weather up ahead, just some clouds, so we might have to turn on the engine anti-ice. It's not that thick, but still at this temperature, it's 4 degrees. You know, anything below 10, you're going to want to kick this thing on. We'll system alpha, and then we'll go ahead and throw the engine anti-ice on just until we pop through these clouds. And then we'll kick them back off. All right, we're heading over to Toronto. We'll get a good look at the weather there in Toronto. Hopefully it was better than Bedford. That was absolutely ugly. What I should have done in Boston was I should have briefed the approach before we even got there, right? I felt I was a little bit behind the airplane on the approach. You know, obviously I was like 2-3 dots away. Should have, probably would have went around and done a missed approach. But there's no way the autopilot would have kept up with that. The wind limitation, it was just a little too much. So we are about 80 miles from Albany. And once we're, why am I hearing Morse code? I'm not hearing Morse code. I think I'm hearing Morse code. It's funny. All right, I got to stow this. I forgot to do that. We'll go ahead and flip this to stow. Now it is good to go. That's stowed. All right, that's it. We just kind of sit back, relax. Let's go to the landing page and let's plug in Toronto. So you're going to go CYY Zulu. I don't know what it is yet, so let's just leave it at medium or good medium and we'll find out what we've got here in Toronto. Toronto weather right now, it's reporting 28012, 12 statute miles visibility, light rain, overcast at 1500, 5 over 3. What do you got for me? So they should have a NOTAM. What the heck's going on? Boston Center. I didn't even see them on. 134.7, folks. We're going over to Boston Center here. 134.7. I didn't even see them on, really. 134.7. But like, it looks like there's a lot of Boston controllers on right now.
On top of right now.
Let's figure out where we are before we call. We always want to get a good idea of either an airport or VOR. Cambridge 115.0. So let's go ahead and plug that in. 1150 right there at Cambridge. Do we have that? I don't.
Boston Center Air Canada 420 is going to disconnect from issues with X-Pilot. Thanks anyway. Bye-bye.
No
North of Vernon. Let me call
Delta 422, descend via Roebuck 3, arrival, runway 22 left, the Boston altimeter 28906.
Descending via the Roebuck. Center, good afternoon, Delta 586 with you, 10-3-4-14.
2986, Delta 422.
Delta 586, Boston Center, climb and maintain to level 360.
I'm going to take level 360 and apologies on stepping over that other guy.
No problem.
North of Vernon, aren't we? Yeah. Boston Center, Riptide 5803, flight level 280, north of Vernon.
Riptide 5803, Boston Center, squawk 3445.
3445. 3445.
American 2463, contact New York Birch 128.12.
3445. 34.
Getting on 128.12, American 2463. Thank you for the great ATC.
Yeah.
I think it slewed me. I don't know why I did. All right, we're going to shut off the engine anti-ice. We don't need those on now. Let's go ahead and save the gas.
Boston, good evening. United 641 with you, flight level 310, 330 from 1.
At 641 Boston Center, squawk 3552.
Yes.
Okay, looking at the NOTAMs here for Toronto. We have today, I'm looking for their braking. Okay, braking reporting right now 555, which means good. It's 100% wet, so we'll plan on that. We'll plan on good. And
Mark 3802, descend via Roebuck 3, arrival, runway 22 left, Boston altimeter 28906. Altimeter 28906, and descend via Roebuck 3, 22 left.
So 100% wet.
Yeah,
but 555, so braking is good.
Kennedy, cross News, flight level 270.
News 270, 641.
All right, the
Boston
wind.
Center, good afternoon. Sorry for the delay. Lufthansa 402 Heavy, flight level 400. We are 35
Okay,
miles
280 at 12. Visibility
Lufthansa
is 12.
402, Boston Center, welcome.
Light rain. Looks like we're not getting out of this weather, right? Overcast, 0, 15 temperature, 5, 2.3 altimeter, coming in 29 or 27, even lower than this. Wow. That's low. Folks, top of descent is... Don't know yet. I'll have to get an update here in just a minute. We go to the Ling arrival. I don't know what runways we're doing. 28, so we're going to be landing southbound. We're going to be going to 15.
Boston Center number 143 Hotel Bravo at Hampton Field, IFR to Provincetown.
Yeah, Ling is going to be 23. I think the runway is going to be 23.
Contact Boston approach on 133.0.
So runway landing is going to be 23 on the approach. It's just going to be better for us.
Contact Boston approach.
What's going on, man? Hey, Thibs, what's going on? Your thoughts on...
Approach 133.0.
Thought your next stream wasn't until Wednesday. Well, that's when it was scheduled. But I'm going to do... You're going to see, like, I'm going to pop up a whole bunch of times during these next 2 weeks. Just impromptu flights like this. This was scheduled for the charter, but I didn't think I was going to do this. I had to do it. It's just, I didn't think I was going to stream it, but I am going to stream it, obviously. So you'll see that a lot. I think I might stream later in the afternoon too. I don't know. Maybe a 3-ish. I got to work though. I mean, I got to put a couple hours in, but we'll see. And if we do that, it's going to be more the lines of general aviation. We might do a seaplane flight out in the Bahamas somewhere. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, runway 23 is the runway of choice for me. Looks like I don't see Toronto on just yet, so let me just see if we have radar. Boston Center, Riptide 5803, we got radar.
Riptide 5803, negative. Looks like our transponder is off.
Weird. Okay, how's that?
Riptide 5803, yep, I see your radar contact 15 miles northeast of Albany, indicating level 350.
Oh, shoot.
Riptide 5803, for direction of flight, descend and maintain level 340.
That was my fault. Roger, understand, 340. That was my fault. That was stupid.
641, stay airspeed.
That'll kill you if you don't do that. Right.
Yeah, 641, roger, maintain 310 knots or greater.
310, grading, we'll try here. We're coming up to top speed, but we came in heavy tonight in case we had to divert.
No problem.
Okay.
Traffic 641, 300.
Marco says, have you tried the
SWS
SWS PC-12? Yeah, the Pilatus. It's pretty good. You know, I have their Kodiak. So I think we're going to fly later.
Boston Center, good day, Shamrock 10 Mike.
I think we'll fly the
212 miles
Kodiak.
From,
Woozy, hang on,
10
folks.
Mike, Boston Center, squawk 1325.
1325, Shamrock.
Woozy. Then we have Ling Youth between 11 and Seabad. Where is that? No, we're not going that route. Hang on just a minute. Let me let this thing know we're going to be taking the 2-3 approach. And the reason why I'm electing to 2-3 is just a little quicker.
Never mind, 641, we can do 310 or...
so if I click legs page, I'm sorry, you can't see a thing.
Okay, perfect. Maintain 310.
So we got Woozy, Easton, or Easton, whatever, Ling, and then Youth, between 11 and 13 below. And then we got Bimbo, or Bimp Bimpo, I don't know, 8,000 feet, 210 Verco, and then Dunnel, and then from there we got vectors. So we're basically on a downwind approach, or just downwind from there. So anyway, yeah, I haven't tried the Pilatus PC-12 aircraft flying right below us. See that? See, it's pretty cool. Bumps, not too bad. We can go ahead and turn off the seatbelt sign. It's just maybe
Box
light stuff.
3802, contact Boston approach 133.0. Forward Boston approach 133.0, Walker 3802. Thanks for the great ATC.
You know, Marco, I have their Kodiak 100, and I absolutely love that airplane. The Pilatus, the PC-12, is probably another good airplane that they've produced. So, yeah, I haven't tried it out, but you know, I've seen it looks pretty good. I wish they had it on floats or something. I wish there was a twin-engine float that we can get. We can't get it.
Lufthansa 402, proceed direct Kingston, India Golf, November.
All right, approach 23.
Direct to India Golf, November, Lufthansa 408.
Okay, 23's there. We've got that set up. Let's take a look to see what kind of weather we're going to run into here. Looks like we're getting in some turbulence. What altitude are we at, folks? 340. Let's see what we got. 340. Nothing on the predicted turbulence, at least this high, which is nice. It's a good break. Have you tried it, Marco? Do you have it? The PC-12? I thought it looks cool. And how many passengers is that seat? Does anybody know? With the PC-12 could seat. It's a nice looking airplane.
AI 641, descend and maintain level 230 and resume normal speed. Looks like the guy behind you disconnected.
230, resume normal speed for United 641.
187 miles to top of descent, so you know we're going to start planning for that now just because it's coming. 280 at 12. And we've got outside air temperature is 5 degrees. We're going to go ahead and runway 23, or 23. Flap 15 over 40, and the QNH is going to be 29 or 27. Really low. I don't think I've ever seen the barometric pressure that low before. Reversers, yes. Auto brake is going to be medium today. Landing weight, estimating 113.2. It might be 114 by the time we get there. So I'm just going to estimate on the high side and go. The executive is 6 packs, and the normal is, I think, 9. Okay, so we're looking at the same passenger configuration. You know, all that 9 to 10 range. They actually keep it below 10 for a reason. I think it's because of flight attendant issues.
AI 641, proceed direct to Roebuck.
Or that's 19. Anyway, I don't know, but...
Direct Roebuck for 641.
So that's what we got, folks. Our factored landing distance is going to be 6810. Right there. And I know it was the SimWorks that built it, and they developed the Kodiak 100 as well. I'm looking for...
Boston Center, hello. Pilatus 841 Delta Echo climbing 6,000
there you go,
to
Pilatus.
12,000.
Pilatus 841 Delta Echo Boston Center, climb maintain 14,000.
Climb maintain 14,000, 841 Delta Echo.
And the reason why I'm looking for this, I'm looking for a rugged aircraft to handle.
Apologies for not contacting you earlier. I'm passing for level 285.
Aye, 22 Echo Boston Center, squawk 4625.
All right, here we go.
Squawk 4625, United 22 Echo.
Okay, 130. Anyway, I'll hold that thought.
Yeah, 22 Echo, descend and maintain
Everything else is
level
good to go.
230.
Looking like up 218. Okay.
Descend flight level 230, United 22 Echo.
So the reason why I want something a little more rugged is Well,
United 1732, Cleveland's closed.
I'm
Radar
doing
service
a,
terminated. Frequency change approved.
I'm doing a kind of a study, if you will.
1732, take care.
Syracuse 117.0. So I'm trying to see if I'm trying to find a, a good aircraft, twin engine, turboprop. It doesn't have to be a twin, but it'd be nice to an amphibian, right? So either I'm looking for a flying boat or something like that. Now, I would love a G73 turbine,
radar contact.
but there's a freeware version out there, and I don't like it.
Kennedy,
It's not good.
reduced to 290 knots.
The problem with, the problem with the G, there's a freeware out there for a G73.
641, looks like they're back behind you, so maintain 300 knots or greater.
300 or greater, 641.
They basically use a King Air cockpit with a G73 texture, so it's like, I don't want to do that. It's not to me. That's not even close. What I'm looking for. So I'm looking for a rugged air. The G73 turbine would be awesome if somebody actually developed that. I would love that airplane. And that's a Grumman Mallard. And that could hold about 19 to 17 passengers. That's kind of what the perfect sweet spot for us would be. And the reason why I'm doing this, but we're looking at other avenues at Coastal. We're thinking about, well, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet, but I need something rugged, right? And I need something that's going to be cost effective. It's not going to run a lot of people, you know, and you're looking at 8 passengers. It's nothing. And that could stop pretty relatively quickly. So STOL capabilities, short takeoff landing, and amphibian, right? I want to be able to land on the surface and on the water if I had to. So maybe you can start thinking where it's going to go, but we might even get a fleet of them, right? We might get 4 or 5 of those things and dispatch them. Maybe it's in the Caribbean, maybe it's in the Bahamas. I don't know. Something like that. So that's coming, I think, to Coastal if it's cost effective. I'm still testing it, looking at fuel burn, looking at cost per hour operation. You know, operating costs on it, just maintenance costs, are really low. It's a PT6, so you're looking at $15 an hour just on maintenance cost, which is nothing. You know, you got to factor in then crew costs and stuff like that. You don't need a flight attendant. You're not paying for them.
Confirm you still have a 5330.
Yep, United 641 is going to keep you there for about another 10 miles, and I'll get you down.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything, so just appreciate it.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking of. If somebody could get a GT, you know, a G73 turbine out there for us, that would be great. Tell SWS, maybe I should email them and say, hey, a request, could somebody make a G73 turbine? Because they did their Kodiak so well, and there's another manufacturer out there. It's another company who's actually manufacturing the turbine Mallard. They bought blueprints off of government.
641 descend via Roebuck 3 arrival,
all
22 left, and maintain 300 knots or greater. Published speeds at Roebuck.
All new avionics.
Published at Roebuck, descend via Roebuck 3 arrival for United 641.
Yeah, I think the only good one is the Kodiak 100, but it can't handle too many people. Yeah, it climbs like a pig when you load it. But it's a good, solid aircraft. I love the Kodiak.
22
It's
Echo
cool.
descend via Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 22 left, and maintain 290 knots. Published speeds at Roebuck.
Descend by the Roebuck 3 arrival for 22 left and maintain 290 knots. United 22 Echo.
Yeah, look at that. 90 90 knots right to the left side of this aircraft, just hitting us on the left side, folks. That's that low pressure system up here that's just pushing those winds from the south. Brutal, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I might want to do that. I might want to really email them, whatever happened, but at least put a bug in their ear. Like, look, it would be awesome to get this aircraft because, one, you could find blueprints on it there because they produced, like, the Pilatus is beautiful. They did. It was absolutely gorgeous. And the Kodiak is cool, too. I mean, it's a dump truck, that thing. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But really, honestly, our sweet spot would be that turbine Mallard if we can get our hands on it. That would be really, really, really cool to dispatch those. Imagine, I'd buy a fleet of them. We'd have probably 10, 15 of those things. Really, really fun. All different types of flying. You want commercial, you want charter. Right? But it depends. I still don't know. We had traffic over the top of us. It looks like 1,200, no factor. Hey, Dewan, what's up, man? He says, hey, Captain, just checking in. How are you doing, Dewan? Hopefully you're doing well today. Feeling good. Working on, hopefully, something. Look at that aircraft that just blew through.
Lufthansa 402, descend and maintain 16,000, the Bradley altimeter through 2900.
About 119 miles, top of descent, folks. We're looking at time-wise 28. So
yeah, it's 641. You back with me?
about 15 minutes. We're descending. Pretty good. Just studying for my written. Booked it for January 5th. Good job. Yeah, you'll do well. Good stuff. You know, I saw... Have you guys seen Gran Turismo? Have you seen that movie? Has anybody watched that movie? I'd love to hear your thoughts about that. I watched it last night with my family, and I was impressed. That was a good film.
Boston Center, good afternoon, American 521-370.
American 551, Boston Center, across the Madison VOR, Mike Alpha Delta at 11,000, the Bradley altimeter 2900.
Cross Madison at 11,000, American 521.
American 551, squawk 2006.
2006.
We should be getting handed off here shortly, and Toronto is not online. So it's just us right now into the Toronto area. It looks like once we're hitting Syracuse, and we're right there, about 60 miles from Syracuse. 16 miles, that is. Once we hit Syracuse, then we've got about 112 miles to Woozy. And then from Woozy, we'll be
yeah, it's 641,
making our way
contact
into
Boston
the
approach
Toronto area.
133.0.
Delta 1441, what's going on, buddy?
No
he says,
yeah,
hey, Captain, just noticed.
Boston approach 133.0.
Just arrived from Bedford also.
133.0.
See, we weren't very far behind, I'm telling you. We weren't far behind at all. That's good. Yeah, that's right. They just arrived. That's the exact flight we're on, right? 8951. So I told you, at Coastal, we do it right here. They took off from Bedford. Had a nice team kind of get together. They will skate tomorrow. They'll play Toronto tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, folks, I'll stream tomorrow night. We'll do a turn and head over back to home. And then we're going to do Wednesday, Thursday, we're flying to Honolulu. That's going to be a nice long flight. It'll be an all-day affair for us, for sure. It's going to be long. We're actually doing 2 legs. I'm doing Ontario. We're going Salt Lake to Ontario, and then we're doing a turn from Ontario to Honolulu. So it's a full day. I think it's like a 20-minute. We can't be delayed more than 20 minutes, or we lose out on our FDP for Part 117 rules. So we got to be pretty careful getting through. I expect a handoff any minute. We've already programmed the aircraft 93 nautical miles, top of descent.
Tide 5803, unfortunately Cleveland's closed, radar service terminated, and frequency change approved.
Okay, thanks for the ATC. We'll see you, Riptide 5803.
Delta 58, 586, Washington is closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved. See you later.
Okay, I'm dumped off. We're finished. So that's what the deal is. We're heading over to Toronto. We'll maybe get an update on weather here in about 20, but I think we'll be descending in about 20 to 10 minutes, right around there somewhere. This is 20 miles. This should be up to about 40. There we go. You can see that's kind of what we're doing. I'll give you an update here on, I'll show you folks what we're doing here. Let's go YYZ. Oops, sorry. CYYZ. There we go. And we're going to go star. And we're taking the Ling 3 arrival. We're taking the Ling 3 23. There it is. So this is our chart here. Let's go ahead and give that a close. And we'll zoom into this puppy. You can see we're going to be hitting this woozy to instant. Then we're going to go to Ling, and we have to be between 13 and 11,000 at youth. Then up there it's BIMPO, 8,000, 210 on the speed, and I've got that already programmed here. Hold on, that is not correct. We got Woozy, Instant, Ling, Youth, BIMPO. There we go. Then from there it's Marco, Verco, Mardo, Denki, Dekni, Davno, Dunnel, and then we'll get vectors. So what I think we'll do is we'll come over here and then flip it. I don't know. Well, we have to do it. We're going to do a full-on approach just because you never know. The visibility, the weather in Toronto right now is It's 280-12. The visibility is great. 12 statute miles, light rain, overcast. It's just a little overcast. Otherwise, it's pretty good. 2927. The pressure's low. The pressure is low. I'm glad they arrived. It's good. I'm glad we're almost where they are. Oh, it took us a little late coming out of Bedford, but that's how it goes. Whew. So we'll stream. Got today's stream. Tomorrow we'll stream. We'll stream every day. Today we're streaming. Tomorrow we're streaming back from Toronto to Westchester. And then we go Tuesday, Wednesday, Hawaii back on the 737-800 to be ETOPS flights. And then that's it. Let's go 3-3 left. And then Friday will be our normal flight. Probably another charter run somewhere. Who the heck knows? 110.905. 110.905. I'm going to throw that in there. That's going to be the ILS into Toronto 3-3. That is not the right runway. That's why we look again and go, is that the right one? No. Don't want that. 2-3 right there. There's the ILS. Okay. Inbound is going to be 111.5. There we go. 111.5. Inbound course 237 on the course. You're kidding me, right? It won't go that way. That's the dumbest thing in the world. Alright. I was like, wait a minute. I hope you folks are having a good Monday. I know it's Monday, and Mondays tend to stink sometimes, but hopefully, I could provide some kind of an entertainment value, if nothing else, right? Let's go ahead and program this right here. Bugs are set. Now looking for an update here. We've got, we've got 58 nautical miles, top of descent. And we'll start down here shortly on the Ling 3 arrival. I'll set this to 8,000 feet. I'm just going to be a little proactive here and just knock it down to 8,000. Set altitude is hold. Hopefully we can get a good, better approach on this one than the last time. I never thought, we hooked up, we lost it a little bit. I think we were getting pushed. We should have went around on that last approach, by the way. But that's, we were at 2,300. It was insane. Like, that was crazy. All right, let's talk about decision height. We're talking about 250 on decision height. So I'm going to go ahead and set that right now. Get this programmed here. We will fly the HUD. Hopefully we have great visibility below. 250 on the DH. Let's go ahead and test it. Okay, looking good. All right, so what we'll do is 250 set on the height. If we had to go missed, it's going to be 1,100 feet. We're going to make a slight right turn and hold over Ike dot, I don't know. 230 on the maximum speed. Toronto is going to be 116.55. We're going to program that in now. There you go, 116.55. It should tell us 112 nautical miles to go before we hit Toronto. We're almost there. Okay, once we land, we're going to go ahead and taxi in on the north side, I believe. I think that's usually where we park on these things. I will verify. I'm just looking to see where they park. Usually we park to the north by the FBO in Toronto. Usually is the case, but that might be different today. We'll find out. Man, that was a rough ride. I tell you what, they had a terrible flight going into there. Out of Bedford, it was nasty. Whew. Okay, they landed. Which one did they land? They went around. They went weird. They landed 2-3 as well, and they're parking exactly where I'm going to park. So, good stuff. Okay. It's weird. They kind of went over Toronto, made a loop around, and then landed. We're not doing that. We're going to follow the arrival, I guess. All right. So, let me ask you a question. I've just got my graphics card. Do we want to install the new graphics card into this machine I'm running on the flight sim now, or should I wait till 2024 comes out and then do the build? What I don't want to do is build a new computer just to run 2020, and the reason why I don't want to do that is I don't want to jam it up and clog it up, and you know what I mean. So I'd rather just start clean, start fresh with a new sim with 2024. And then with a new computer. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of. I was like, all right, let me do it that way. It doesn't mean I can't take my new graphics card and put it in here. I could do that as well. So we got a new card. I got everything we needed to get, we got. I was lucky to get a hold of it. Or do we build a new sim and run 2020? But again, I don't want to have to install everything again, and go through the pains of that, because everybody knows what that looks like. So I might just want to start on a fresh build. I don't know. And when is 2024 coming out? Does anybody know? I know it's in 2020. Don't tell me it's in 2024. I know that. Oh, 2024? Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. Let's take a look at this crosswind. You can see the crab going on. We're flying this direction, but the wind is coming in this way. So we're holding that crab angle. It's crazy. Pretty nuts. Sean says 2025. Oh, gosh. Well, then I'm building my system now, Sean. Sean wants me to build. You know, Sean, Sean had a very good point. And I'll tell you, he had a good point. He's like, you should build the system now and run it. But the thing is, I don't want to clog up my new computer. You know what I mean? You got to get all your peripherals going. It's just a nightmare. And then, what's 2024 going to be? Is it going to be a port? Is it going to be a new sim I got to download? How does that work? Shoot. Decisions. No official news. So you think it's going to be that late? You think it's going to be the end of 2024, huh? Wow. Well, if that's the case, then I think we'd have to go with, we just have to build the new system now and then run it, right? I mean, this computer, my system I've got now, it's great. There's nothing wrong with this thing. Really isn't. It's a great performing PC. It's fast. It's good. High end. It's not ultra high, but it's definitely not low end. It's a high grade computer, and it runs pretty darn well. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I do that. I just don't want to. Does that make sense? Like, you guys know. Sean said, I have no idea. Yeah, I don't either. I don't think anybody knows really, except Flight Simulator knows. Whew, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. I don't know why I'm getting tired. All right, top of descent's coming up in now, 4 miles. Seatbelt sign's coming on. I'm going to start getting that going now. Get the players, I should say, sitting. The team. Let's get them sitting down. We'll come on the overhead here, and then we're going to go ahead and throw this. It's the engine sync to the off position. Drop down here. We'll turn on our pumps. And this way you don't get any bubbles. That's why. Some nice pressure going in there, and our... Good. And we're coming down the chute. But even if you don't install it on the sim on it, I would test everything. You're right. You're right. So maybe I build it. Maybe I build it now and just get it. He's right. I only have 30 days to return stuff, right? So might as well build it within these next 2 weeks. I should just build it. Get the OS installed into the system. But I do have to take a couple of M.2 drives out of this system for storage. I have 2 M.2 drives that I'm using, 2 terabytes each. So one's going to be for the OS, one's going to be for the... Now let me ask you this. Now I probably shouldn't do that. I was going to get 3 drives. One for the community drive, just for the community drive. One for Microsoft Flight Sim. One for the OS. Is that what you do? So 3 drives, one for Flight Sim, one for the OS system, and one for the community. Is that what you're doing, folks, or no? Do you think I should do that? If that's the case, I'm going to have to pull an M.2 drive off of this. I bought two terabyte drives for that reason. I want my community drive separate from everything. And I want my flight sim drive separate from everything. You should be able to move those later. If you have a good graphics card, why not use it? I mean, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to disagree with what you're saying, Sean. It's a hard sell there. You're right. You know, you got a good graphics card now. I do have one now. I have top of the line last series, the 3090. It's been excellent. But now I got a 4090 I'm going to put on this puppy, and I think it's really, and with the new chip I've got on there, it's gonna haul the mustard. So it'll be good. Let's see. Marco says I have two M.2s, one for the OS and MSFS, the other one for the community. Okay, so you put on one of your M.2s, you put on your OS drive, you put the OS and everything else. What? Sean says I have my sim and community on OneDrive. Okay, so that's what you did. How much was that? Like, what I'm trying to think is just a regular flight sim installed. What are you looking at? Are you looking at... what is going on? Hang on just a minute. Dang it all. 220, was it 232? I don't know. I had the wrong thing. Just looking for this. I have to go for now. We can chat later. All right, Sean, we'll see you, bud. Thanks for sticking around, my friend. Wish you well. All right, we're coming down to the descent into the Toronto area. Here we go. The weather is updating shortly. We just hit that woozy, and we're coming up to the arrival. We're on the arrival now, and Toronto is not online. So we're going to hit woozy to Ling, then down to Youth. I have a drive just for MSFS. Okay. I gotcha. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'll have a drive just for flight sim and contemplating, do I put the community... The thing is, the community drive can get really bloated really quick. So I really want to dedicate a lot of room and space for that drive. And what I don't want to say is... So I might need three... What I'm saying is I might need three separate drives. One for the OS, one just for flight sim, and the other one is for the community. Granted, flight sim's not going to take a lot. Maybe, 500 is a half a terabyte? I don't know. What's it installed? Does anybody know what flight sim is installed in terms of room? I can't remember. All right, we're getting down into the clouds here coming up. We're going to have to get some anti-ice on, at least for engine. We'll get the engine anti-ice going here just a little bit. We still got some room there before we hit those clouds. 19,000. Once we hit 18, we'll do our checklist and we'll roll. Weather has updated, I'm sure. Let's go check the weather in... Oh, you idiot. I hit the wrong button on my Navigraph charts. I had to reload it. That's my stupidity. Weather 59 minutes ago. I have to wait for a minute before it changes. McDo message. It says drag required. Yeah, I got it. All right, 18,000 coming in. We're going to go 29er 27. 29er 27 nowish. 29er 27 right there. Lights coming on. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do this really quick. 29er 27. There you go. 2927 is set. Checklist descent coming up. Engine sinks are off. Pressurization checked and set. Right there, looking good. Coming on the descent here. Hydraulics are on high. Altimeter, transition altitude is set. Landing data and airspeed bugs, they are set. Descent checklist is complete. All right, folks, we are getting in the Toronto area. All right, here we go. Got 14,800 on the descent right now. Still getting into these clouds here shortly. Expect the bumps in there. We just set the flight attendants down, let them know that we're expecting turbulence through this area. And hold on. Yeah, I'm hitting it right now. A lot of bumps. Here we go. Yep, it's rocking and rolling. I can feel it. Yep. My seat's going crazy. All right, coming overhead here, throwing on the engine anti-ice. 1, 2, system B set. McDo still saying drop out some of our speed brakes, start slowing the aircraft down. McDo message cleared. You can see I'm coming right on back the power. Youth between 250 on the speed. You can see that. Speed check, looking good. Coming back on the brakes. All right, shoots on. In the chat, if you're with me. I love these parachutes. It's like a full-on racing harness. It's crazy. All right, there we go. What do we got on our temperature right now? Temperature is -6. This is perfect storm, if you will, for icing. So we got to be careful of that. We'll just take a look at our. If our windshield wipers start to ice up, we're going to go ahead and throw on the airfoil, so the wing, and then we'll go from there. You can see we're kind of youth. We're hitting this intersection, then BIMPO at 8,000, 210 on the speed. And that's where we are right coming up to this thing. We have to slow down even more, folks. Marco, thank you. Delta, appreciate it, my friends. By the way, thanks for being supporters here. You could support us on YouTube here for I think it's less than the price of a cup of coffee, and usually you get early videos releases when I film them. I'm actually going to be releasing here one shortly of a little crash investigation, kind of like the last one I did with Delta, except it's a little shorter. Stuff like that. Here's 10,000 feet. We're in the stuff. Kind of pop through these clouds. It's pretty, isn't it? Man, this is nice up here. I mean, it's not nice. It's looking menacing because that's exactly what this thing is. Pretty nasty stuff. I wonder if we can make it. Let's go and pop the brakes. Let's set the brakes down and get this airplane going. It needs to get down.
Toronto traffic, Delta 255, ready to check.
We got you loud and clear, Delta. How do you read?
Yeah, 5 by 5. Could anyone just confirm it's 2-3, the active today?
Oh.
Yeah, 2-3 is active.
2-3 is active.
Perfect.
Just confirm that's, you said 2-3 and 2-4, correct? Is that the active?
That is correct. 23 is active for departure and 24 left,
For
I believe,
arrival.
is for arrivals, but you can use the those ones there if needed as well.
Yep. All right, roger, thanks. All right, coming down the chute now through. We have to get down to 5,000. Let's go ahead and throw the altitude back down to 5,000 here. And we should be on descent. VNAV select. Here we go on the speed. Let me call them up. Toronto traffic, Riptide 5803 on the Ling 3 arrival. Verco expecting runway 23, Toronto. All right, folks, let's go ahead and pull this up really quick. Approach, and I'm going to show you right here. 2-3, there's the approach that we're doing. Let's give that a close, and I'll zoom into this. So you can see, need to be about 3,000 feet. We're coming over here, and then we're going to flip around over here. I do want to make sure it's a little long, just because of the... You can see they take us way out. We won't go that far out. MSA, what is it, 3,100. So I'll be aware of that. Yeah, we're in the storm. Pretty ugly. Bumping. A little bit of radar, painting some radar here just a little bit to the right of the aircraft. Speed 230. We will get our speed brakes here. Well, actually throw your, we'll go ahead and drop our slats right now. It's going to help us slow a little bit down. There we go. Raj, brake flaps. Come on, bro. 1,000 feet a minute on the descent. I've got the vertical speed now engaged. So I've got the airplane.
Toronto traffic, Delta 255, pushes start in Gate Bravo 18, and will be nose to west on line 3.
Cavally is going to be at 3,000. We're descending now through 5. We need to hit 5,000. And we'll start our turn here in just a little bit. Okay, that's 5,000 set. Let's go ahead and turn this toga mode. What the heck is that? Okay, there's 5,000. We're going to send down to 3. I'll start the turn here. I'm going to cut this off just a little bit. And I'm going to switch to our approach on 2-3. Okay, once we're at 3, new deck 3,000 feet. Let's go ahead and descend down to 3 now. 3,000 armed, vertical speed on. Let's go get her done. 1,213, here we go. Heading select. Let's go. Heading hold and heading select on. Start your roll. Toronto traffic, Riptide 5803, turning base leg, runway 23 over Calvi. Okay, coming back on the speed, folks. .180 on the speed. Let's go ahead and set this to medium. We'll arm it when we get the last notch of flaps in. I want a good hookup here, dang it. This is only going to turn us 15 degrees because of the slow, airspeed restrictions, and you don't want to increase the G loading on the wing, so it limits you to 15 degrees. So you got to really plan for that in the MD-80. It can't crank and bank on you. You gotta. Here comes level 3. It's just beautiful under here. Actually, it's not too bad.
Toronto traffic Delta 255. We're taxiing Alpha Juliet, Alpha Hotel for holding point runway 23. Toronto traffic.
And that Delta aircraft, we're about 10 to 15 miles out. You got time to go if you're ready.
We're only just leaving the apron, so we'll be holding short. We'll wait for you.
All right. Roger, thanks. Okay, let's go to the ILS. Let's go ahead and throw this down. Let's see if it holds. 3,000 set, 180 on the speed, looking good. Here comes the HUD. Dropping the HUD just to help us out here. There it goes. Yeah, you got to watch the Bedford. It was bad, Jeffrey. It was really bad. It was bad all the way around, man. The weather was terrible. I think we was, 30-something knots gusting. It was pretty ugly. This is...
everyone, Toronto traffic was set 1116. We're going to taxi runway 23 via Alpha Tango, Alpha, to holding point hotel for 23. And as for the Delta, I'll wait for you to pass and then I'll start my taxi.
Okay, for the WestJet, if you want to go first, use off blocks before us. If you want to wait, I don't mind.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. I'll be behind you.
Oh, thank you very much. Continue taxi Alpha and hotel for runway 23, Delta 255. I wish everyone was this kind in places like Europe.
I wish that too. Everyone's going to get a turn. I don't know why some people are impatient, but it is what it is.
I was going to say, it's just Canada. It's just Canada, real nice.
Houston traffic, Air Canada 1026 Heavy at gate 124. Pushing started, nose facing south.
All right, let's go. Turn it. I should be intercepting right now. Here it comes. There we go. 1.5 dot gear coming down. Flap 15. Once we hook up, we're going to go ahead and slow the aircraft down right there. A bit of a crosswind, 14 knots. We can handle that. Right after we just went what we just went through. Flap 28, give it to me. Let's go armed. Nope. Got to get down there. There we go. Okay, flaps 28. Set. We're going to go one more notch of flaps. Set the speed. Landing checks coming in. We should start our descent. Let's go.
For the
Hook up.
on final for 23, how many miles are you up?
You got time. We're probably about 7 miles now.
Okay, we'll go Toronto traffic Delta 255 is lining up 23 for immediate departure, intersection Bravo, Toronto traffic.
Okay, landing. Gear down 3 green. Ignition is set on Bravo. Spoilers and ABS arm flaps are set 40, and we got a green light. Toronto traffic, riptide 5803, final 5 miles, runway 23. I got the runway in sight.
Delta 255 punching it, runway 23, kept to free, bumper transition.
Okay, my plane, auto throttles off. Autopilot's mine. I got the aircraft full. And plenty. We had about 6 miles on them. Plenty good. Look at that. Look at how the plan works. Okay, crosswind at 13 knots coming in from the right. We are just on a little on the low side, but that's okay. 1,000 check. Glide slope is pushing up the throttles here. Let's get going. Slow and slow crap I don't like. Recovering. I've got it.
Toronto traffic Delta 255, clear of runway 23, passing 400 feet. Continue climbing, bumper transition.
Toronto traffic, riptide 5803, short final, runway 23, Toronto. Oh, shut up with the glide slope already. Holy smokes, I'm not that bad. Gosh. Really? There we go. It's going to do it again. Doesn't like it. Check. Got an airplane coming in, see him?
Toronto traffic Delta 255, passing 3,500, turning left direct, Kepler. Have a good evening, lads.
Have a nice flight, bud.
Have a good evening.
Adios.
Okay, putting it in there. Wing down, a little bit of rudder, a little bit of rudder. Keep that thing centered.
Toronto traffic, Westchester 1116. We're going to be landing up runway 23 here via hotel.
We're aggressive on that stop because our exit's right here. Toronto traffic rip.
Is about 40 miles back from the field, making a right-hand turn, downwind of 24, left expecting ILS 24.
Toronto traffic riptide 5803, clear of runway 23, Toronto. All right, folks, not bad. We'll take it, and we didn't go too far off. All right, looks good. I like it. Good plan. Let's go ahead and fire up this. Start that.
Toronto traffic, Westchester 1116, taking off runway 23. We're going to be taking the group up for departure via the hockey transition. Toronto traffic.
How was that, folks? Was that a good landing or what? I don't know. We had a little bit of a crosswind, but what was the... I think we put it pretty much... Did we float a little bit? I think we did in the first third of the runway. I mean, I got off pretty quick. I didn't want to go past Juliet. That's why I was slammed on it. Heat up those brakes. There goes a WestJet taking off over here out of Toronto. This is, I believe, this scenery here is from, I want to say it's not Fly Tampa, but it could be. I think it is Fly Tampa. It's Fly Tampa's Toronto scenery. They did such a good job on this thing. Okay, I'm going to come down here through the alley. Slats coming in. Weather radar's on, Jason. That's smart. Kill everyone, why don't you? Power, 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 power. Yo! Okay, hold on. I gotta push the power button off.
Air Canada 2026 Heavy, taxiing 223 via Alpha Kilo Hotel. Actually, Alpha Kilo Alpha Hotel. Hold short, runway 23.
Wow, look at that thing. That's probably the 757.
Houston traffic, Air Canada 1308 is going to be making a left-hand turn for 24 left via Centra transmission.
And the FBO is right here over on this side, so that's where we're going to park this thing. Right there.
Turn the traffic, Westchester 416 airborne passing to 4000 for our cruising altitude 320.
I have to call GSX to tell them to park us, but yeah, Jeffrey, this flight was a they had a team building exercise over at Bedford. So they do that every year about this time. So that's what this was. So we're going to go in, swing it in wide, and then we'll stop the aircraft. Let them get out. There should be a gate here. Where's the fence? I don't know where the fence went. I got to make sure I've got the right one on here. Brakes coming on. Set. Seatbelts off. Let's go ahead and stop it. APU's on. Engine off. And that is it. Nose lights off. That's coming off. Let's do our checks. We're actually going to shut this thing down. For now, we'll start deplaning them. Air is on. That's on run. Seatbelts off. Chemtrails off. How to say that? It's pretty funny. Okay, let's go over here. And we're going to call GSX. Open the forward main now. We're going to open the... Shoot, I can't open the forward main because I shut the light off.
1308 and steps on a localizer for ILS 24 left. 5 mile final, Pearson.
Main. Yes, I know. Main door. Forward stairs. Starting boarding. Let's call GSX. I don't know where we are. I gotta find out where we are. We're supposed to be signature flight support ramp 646. So let's go ahead and parking 646. Wow. What the heck happened there? All right, so that wasn't good. I don't think I have the right one in here. Yeah, I don't. I think I've got double installed. I got to get rid of this one. So I'll do that and get rid of this. And then tomorrow we'll have the right scenery. I think it might be double installed. I've got to delete this one from MSFS, if that makes any sense. Going to throw the GPU on the aircraft. We'll get the GPU lit. 1, 2, off, APU's off, master's off. We'll go ahead and close out this. Shut this down. So standby, 2000 on the squawk. Okay, I'm going to come down here and open that. This is to off. And then that is off. Spin this closed to about 15. That should do it right there. Good. Closed. All right, that's coming off like that. Doors are open. I've got to file it. Negative. There. Okay, let's file. Filing the flight. It's thinking. It has filed it. We are done, peoples. That's it. That's all she wrote. I'm going to take a nice break. Maybe come back, do a couple of GA rides later. We'll see what time we got. I've got to get some work done, I'm sure. But that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Get everybody off the airplane. Throw this off. That's off. That's on. That's off. That's off. This is off. That's off. And those are off. Packs are off. Galley's off. Emer lights are off. All that is set and done. Okay, all lights are off. We're good to go. We'll go ahead and throw the battery switch in the off position. Boop. 1, 2. It is now dark. That's it. We're done for the day. We flew 2 flights, 2 good legs, crappy weather. From Boston to Bedford was nasty. Anyway, all right, folks, you have a great rest of your day. Maybe I'll see you tonight. Maybe I won't. We'll see. I might take an hour break or so and then jump back in the flight and do a good GA flying. We fly some GA flying. Maybe that'd be fun to do. I'll show you some if the weather is good enough. Maybe go to the Bahamas, something like that. This afternoon. We'll see. All right, folks, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I will see you here tomorrow night if I don't jump on later. You'll see you tomorrow night. We'll go to Toronto, right back down to Westchester. So have a great time, folks. We'll see you in a few. Ciao for now. Keep the blue side up and the brown side down. You know, I almost forgot that.